Good evening, race fans, and welcome to some more Delaware Speedway racing on a Friday night on Rogers TV, presented by Cullen Chevrolet. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. There you see the beautiful overhead shot from the Rogers drone in the air tonight. Chris Soares, Kate Friel, good evening and welcome to a gorgeous night and going to be some great racing here tonight, Kate.
Yeah, we have the V8 stocks, the super stocks, and the late models here tonight, so I am excited to see what these guys are willing to bring. We also have some drivers that we haven't seen in a while back at the track tonight, so very happy to have a car count that's a little bit higher for a couple of the divisions tonight.
Yeah, I'm very happy to have the third member of our team on board this evening, giving us reports from down trackside. Let's check with Jeremy. Good evening, Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Chris and Kate. So I say his name and he appears, and yes, you mentioned it with the V8 stocks tonight, the super stocks and the pro late models. In the V8 stocks, obviously, Barry Watson and his 45 machine currently leading in that division. Got a nice multi-point lead in there. And obviously in the super stocks, you've got Trevor Culver with a 3-point lead currently up on Carson Nagy, as those two will certainly battle it out in the front of the field tonight in the super stocks. And then in the pro late models, Jake Sheridan here tonight trying to continue his lead. I was able to talk to him before the race up during the autograph session before the race here tonight, and he's confident to try to get himself another podium. With more on the rest of the action, I'll send it back up to you two upstairs.
Thank you so much. We'll go from Jeremy's representation to the optical representation. Let's start with V8 stock point standings. Barry Watson out front, Morris and Taggart and Patrick and Kara Martin battling for that second spot. The 8 points just separates them. A tight battle in the V8 stock, Kate.
Yeah, a tight battle, and that is definitely something that has the breakout time, so we'll take you through that later on in the show.
Let's go to the super stock standings here. They'll do a 35-lap feature tonight. To Culver, barely out front. Carson Nagy trying to stay with him, 3 points off the pace. The front two trying to get away. And then Ramsey, Rickwood, and Dyson all separated by just 2 points, battling for that third podium position. And
Culver back after an exciting event in his family. He welcomed a baby girl while they've had this break for the super stock. So interested to see if he can park that in victory lane tonight. But Carson Nagy and Culver always going head to head.
We'll cap off the show tonight with the late models. They'll do 35 laps as well. It's a Jake Sheridan, Marshall Schrenk tied atop the standings. Jesse Kennedy coming off fresh off a win at his Delaware Speedway late model debut this past weekend. Ray Morneau right there. Brady Smith right there. Matt Robley right there. The top six, Kate, separated by just 9 points.
Yeah, and Jonathan Arts isn't far out either, Chris, in the 7th spot, only 11 points behind. So that is a very tight battle for the late models. They always put on a great show. We never know who to expect in victory lane. But it should be great tonight to see which one of those 7 can make a move in the standings.
Absolutely. Earlier this evening, autograph session, all 3 divisions were parked on the front stretch. They opened the gates, allowed the fans to get down trackside and talk to their favorite driver, get an autograph. How fun is that for the fans?
Not only is it fun sometimes for the fans, but also for our drivers too. The fans get to interact with some of their favorite drivers, see the cars up close, so that is always a great thing for them. But the racers don't always get to see their fans during an event. They're down there, they're working hard with their crews, and don't always have that time to get back up here and interact with the fans. So having them be able to come down, take a look at their cars, get to know them a little bit better is always great for the drivers as well as the fans.
The sun's out, it is dry, and it's warm. We're going to get to racing after the break. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Good evening, Chris Soares, Kate Friel, top of the tower, Jeremy McGrady down trackside. A beautiful night for racing tonight, getting set for the V8 stocks. The sun is out, not a lot of cloud in the sky. We're not expecting any rain tonight, Kate, so how are track conditions going to change throughout the evening?
I think as the track cools off, we're going to get a little bit more grip, or it's going to get greasy, depending on how the cars are set up. So we'll really have to see if the heat's going to come out of the track or if we're going to stay the same temperature. But there is a little bit of a breeze, which should be nice for the drivers for once. It's been pretty hot this summer.
All right, let's check in with our super stock division. Let's go trackside with Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris. I'm joined by Ryan Dyson, driver of the number 28. Now, Ryan, interesting night for you tonight. Not only are you driving your super stock car, but you've got yourself another vehicle lined up in the Pro Late models. Talk to me about that opportunity and what you're going to be able to try to do tonight, and not just one series, but two.
Yeah, we're running the late model in a couple weeks, not tonight, but Monday night we're going to be getting our first chance to test the Pro Late model, and I'm curious to see how much it's like the NASCAR Canada Series car we raced last year, and I hear it's nothing the same. So yeah, we'll get our feet wet in that, and then tonight obviously back with the super stock, and we took the opportunity with the last couple of weeks being off to basically strip this thing down to nothing and start over. So we seem to have found a couple of issues. We were second fastest in practice tonight, and the car felt like it had a lot more. So yeah, I'm very thankful for Paul Major giving me the chance to do that in a couple weeks, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and obviously heading into tonight, trying to get this car back on the right foot. What's going to be the key in here tonight to try to get yourself back into victory lane?
Yeah, you know, as much of a struggle as this season's been with the car not running the way we want after as good as it was last year, we're still right there in points. We're fifth, and I think we're only 2 points out of third, and I think we're only like a dozen out of the lead. So it's not lost by any means, and starting third in the heat race tonight, if we can get going early and hopefully get out to the lead and pick up some points there, get a good Spartan spot for the feature, and maybe check out. I think this thing's got it. The Douglas Window and Door Bingo Country Camaro's a rocket tonight, I think.
Awesome. Well, good luck tonight, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. As Ryan mentioned, currently fifth in the super stock standings, 2 points out of third. We can see at pit road the 14 late model of Paul Major parked right beside Dyson's 28 super stock. We got the V8 stocks on track, but quickly before they get the white flag, how important is it for Paul Major to be right there beside the Dyson crew so Ryan can get any type of information he needs before he gets in a late model in 2 weeks?
Well, the thing is that Paul probably has that car set to his driving style. That might not always be Ryan's driving style. So getting the information that he needs from car to car may be very important for his success inside of a late model. But having those crews side by side definitely tells you that they're ready to work together, and that is half the battle.
Yeah, there you see right there the Paul Major car and crew on the left. Ryan Dyson, his crew, the super stock at 28, sharing information. So we're getting set for some heat racing tonight at the half mile, and we want to take this time to thank all of our volunteer camera operators. Tonight we want to thank Chris and Shane in the truck, taking care of business and presenting the show that they know how to do best here as we get set. V8 stock heat racing. The rule in the V8 stocks, it's been established for I think 3 years now, maybe 2 years. 21.1 second breakout time. Kate, take us through that rule.
So no car on the track can go faster than 21.1 seconds in a lap. If they do, they need to have serve a stop and go penalty on the backstretch by Tech Garage, and then regain the field and continue racing. So it's definitely to keep all of those vehicles that haven't been able to fit into a certain class able to come out here and race week in and week out and have a class that they fit into instead of dormant race cars just sitting there that don't have anywhere to go.
Getting set as they come out of turn 4. Heat race number 1, V8 stocks on track. Green flag from 8 in the flag stand. We're racing with the V8 stock. And when Kate says faster than 21.1 seconds, when we're talking about time, that means a time of less than 21.1. If you're going 21 flat, you're speeding.
Wheaton got a great jump at the start there, but Rockwood's battling back on the inside there on the front row. Wheaton in the 4, and the 90 is David Rockwood.
Yeah, so with the opening laps of a V8 stock race, the first lap or a restart first lap, you can go flat out because you're starting from a caution speed going to the green flag. Now you got to start pacing yourself for that 21.1 seconds. It's Rockwood out front, Wheaton right there in the 4 car. Mike Howard in the 3 having a good run as well.
Mike Howard just broke out. So did Doug Stewart.
Kate checking her time. We have third and fourth place drivers. There's Doug Stewart coming to a rest at the backstretch. Stop and go. Howard has not stopped and went yet. He's running third.
Lucas Orr also needs to provide that stop and go. He's running in 6 in the 95 machine.
Leaders working turns 1 and 2. It's Rockwood out front, followed by Wheaton. Now Howard's going to stop. And so is the 95 of Lucas Orr. They'll come to rest on the backstretch. They're going to have to stop. Howard doesn't even stop and then goes. I'm not sure if the officials will like that. Nonetheless, we remain green. And halfway coming up next. 10 laps the scheduled distance here in the heat races. Rockwood really slowed down going into turn 3 and allowed the 4 of Wheaton to his high side. And is something wrong with Rockwood? He's been very slow unless he's really trying to time that lap as best he can. Now he'll grab the lead back.
I think Rockwood has been one of those drivers that has breakout time issues. And that's half of this class, is being able to pace yourself. So I think he's just definitely dialing it back, make sure that he's still staying in that top spot and he's just letting the car kind of do its thing.
Jordan Morris in third spot, Jesse Herzl running fourth, Chad Clutterbuck currently running in the 5th position. Speaking of 5th position, around he goes outside turn number 2. Here comes some of the field, and they'll go to the inside. The 91 of Chad Clutterbuck around, and he'll bring around a caution. And our first caution of the evening for the 91 car.
And a few of those drivers that have had breakout times are definitely going to want that caution, but
yeah, spun all by himself, Kate, high in that turn 2 exit. Stayed off the wall, which is good. And the Delaware Speedway pace vehicle will pick up the field with David Rockwood. So we have V8 stocks, super stocks, late models on the agenda tonight. Let's have another look here. Kate, right side.
Yeah, so just watch the right side of your screen and you'll see that silver 91 just comes out of the corner, and the back end of that machine just comes right around. And around goes the 91. We get our first caution of the night. But like I said, some of those drivers that get caught in that breakout time, they're going to like that. That might give them some time to catch back up and rejoin this field in a better fashion than they are now. They want to move to the front.
Yeah, good to see some new drivers out. The 147's on track. That's driven by Mike Mayhew. He's currently running in the 7th position. They'll double up. So remember the 21.1 second breakout time. Now, when we restart here, race fans, they're going to go full out on this opening lap for the restart because they're starting, as you can see, at a caution speed. So they can go full out. They can try and get as many positions as they can in that first lap of the restart. And then after that, they got to start pacing themselves to make sure they're within that 21.1 seconds. The white flag being displayed right there at the flag stand, bottom of your screen. And we have officially 6 laps in the books and 4 still to come. And thank you for joining us after a week off. They had the monster trucks, the dirt bike show in the house last week. I hear it was a pretty good show. The pictures look really good.
Yeah, I saw some clips floating around, and it looked like some good fun here at Delaware. It looks like the track has done a great job getting the pit area back to normal.
Absolutely. Here they come out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go when they take green. Rockwood on the inside. It's Wheaton on the outside. And green flag, we're racing with the V8 stocks, and Wheaton will try and grab the lead early here. Rockwood will try and fight back. Oh, he turned him! Here's Morse to the high side, right in front of the field. We got 2 cars involved in the middle of turns 1 and 2 as well. That's Clutterbuck and I think Orr. And it's Wheaton around in the turn 2 exit. So 3 cars involved. We got maybe we'll have some replays. We'll see, but definitely Rockwood involved in that one at the front of the pack. What do we have here? Let's go to the replay. Here's the front of the pack. I think we'll take you right out of turn 2, Kate.
Yeah, so Rockwood's down on the inside. It looks like they're coming out of the corner, and there is contact made.
Now, and just out of our picture, too, the Orr machine and Clutterbuck came together. I didn't see what happened there in turns 1 and 2. There you see the 91 of Clutterbuck. Here's the leaders again on a replay. This might
so
be
Rockwood goes to the inside. So it does look like Wheaton was clear enough, in my opinion. I don't think Rockwood was all the way to his door, but Rockwood works through the inside once Wheaton gives it to him and just catches that back tire and turns him. So there was definitely contact made between the 90 machine and the 4. And then there we see the 91 and the 4. Both turn the opposite directions on the, well, one's turned the opposite direction on the track and the other one's looking for some help. So we'll have to see who's able to rejoin the field. We didn't get a lap in the books there, so we still have got 4 to go in this first heat race.
Yeah, so right now Rockwood's still pacing at the front of the field, so I'm not sure he'll be penalized in any way unless it's still to come. Morris is running second, then it's Herzl in the 97. Mike Howard has recovered nicely after that stop and goal penalty. He's up to 4th, and Doug Stewart the same. A nice recovery up to 5th. There you see Chad sitting on the window well of the 91, and is going to catch a ride back into the pit area. So let's see. I think we might have the backpack wreck here, Kate. Bottom.
So just look to the bottom of your screen there. You'll see the silver 91 drove in that corner real hot and heavy, and unfortunately collects the 95.
I'm going to have to debate you on that. I thought Orr came down. Orr was definitely in the second groove. I thought he came down onto that lower groove.
So even with Orr being in that second groove and coming down, I still think that he had a clear lane before the 91 went in. But that angle looks a little bit different than the first one.
The 91 never changed lanes or whatnot.
No, the 91 stayed on the inside, but was coming in hot. I just don't think that Orr saw him to the inside because he wasn't at the door.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that for sure.
So I think that the 91 drove in a lot harder than the 95 did into the corner.
Thank you to our replay crew. Job well done, as always, as we're still cleaning up some fluid.
But either way, the 91 definitely took the brunt of that.
4 laps to go here. And, all right, we got another replay here. Driver not happy, apparently. Let's check it out. Oh, having a look for the 95, pointing a finger. We're going to have words, he says. I couldn't read lips. I don't know if that's what he said. But Jack Clutterbuck not very happy.
No, still in his over at his pit, and he is very unhappy.
So under caution here after a couple of incidents on the same lap in separate parts of the track. We'll be right back. V8 stock racing to continue. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
I didn't think I was going to be nervous, but I am.
Defco Mid is entering the Cake Arena.
You have never seen me do anything like this before.
He'll face 6 competitors.
I'm outnumbered.
For 6 different challenges.
This is insane.
All at the same time.
Hurry up!
To make super Mega Cakes.
This is amazing.
Super Mega Cakes on Food Network.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen, the Chevrolet, Chris Torres, Kate Friel, top of the tower, Jeremy McGrady down trackside. Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace vehicle. Everything is cleaned up, ready to go. We're inside V8 stock heat racing. Heat race number 1, 6 laps in the books, 4 to go. The leader is David Rockwood, penalty free. Did not get penalized for that incident with the car he was racing with. And that was Kevin Wheaton. Outside row number 1 now will be Jordan Morris. Here they come.
Wheaton was able to rejoin the field and is at the back of the field, so interested to see if the 4 car can make some ground.
Green flag racing with the V8 stocks. They'll go full out this lap here, and then they got to get back into pace mode for the 21.1 second breakout rule. They'll go through that stage right in between turns 1 and 2. Drag race down the back. Rockwood inside, Morris on the outside, Howard alone in third, and Stewart falls him through past Jesse Herzl.
Howard and Stewart both took early penalties for the breakout time and had to create some stop and goes on the backstretch, so good to see them back up into 3rd and 4th position.
And Howard's coming to the front of the field. Watch that 3-car time this time by Kate. I mean, he was going to be close. He was flying from the start-finish line down to turn number 3.
Rockwood with a breakout, 21.009.
And Howard, 21.068, right?
No, that's from lap 2, so he's still good. He actually had a 21.128, so he was real close.
All right, so the leader broke out, 21.009. Rockwood's gonna have to pull over. And does not. The leader stays on the track. And coming around to the checkered, it won't be his. It'll be the battle between Morris and Howard, pending their times. And it's going to be Morris at the line, holding off Howard in the first position. And Wheaton made it all the way back to 4th.
So Wheaton will actually finish 3rd because Rockwood's not going to get the win.
Yes.
He did break out, so it should be Morris with the win, then Mike Howard, then Wheaton.
Absolutely. Let's check in trackside with Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris. I'm joined here with Jesse Kennedy. Now, Jesse, you've had a pretty consistent season so far, sitting in the top 5 in the Pro Late Models. Talk to me about your season so far and trying to keep that consistency so far, only being a couple points back of first place.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we kind of pride ourselves on, is being in the top 5 every week with definitely helping the point system. We're not really worried about the points at this point. We just want to come out and do the best we can and have some fun. As you can see, sometimes into the heat races, they get pretty excited over these 1 or 2 points that people need. But we're just going to take it in stride. Again, we like our consistency. We certainly want that win. I think it'll come soon enough.
Now, last week you got to run in the Jared Dockstader Memorial Race. Talk to me about that and how fun that was for you.
Absolutely. I would driven Gord Bennett's cars a couple years ago there. Won the race then. So I thought, hell, I'll take my own car there and see if I can get a checker flag for Jared.
Well, good luck tonight and the rest of the season, and best of luck.
Great, thank you.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much, Jeremy and Jesse Kennedy. You and I do some work at the quarter mile in Grand Bend. We saw Jesse race there last weekend. It's run what you brung. You can run your hometown track setup. The 10-car late model comes out. Jesse Kennedy, definitely with a heavy heart last weekend, wanted to put on a show for his late friend Jared Dockster, and did just that.
Yeah, Jared was a staple there. Actually, he was the first time I had ever announced a race was with Jared at Grand Bend Speedway. I think it was like 15 or 16 years old. So I got the itch back then with Jared. So it was really special to be there. I see his family. He was also a household name here at Delaware Speedway. So
yeah, Jared and myself and John Helton all got hired at the same time by Kevin Ballmer way back in the day here at Delaware Speedway. So yeah, many years with Jared. And it was good to see Jesse race there last weekend. And we're set now for heat race number 2. V8 stock competition on the half mile right now. Chris Orrs, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down to trackside. And right after this, we'll go to super stocks. Late models still to come as well. Everybody doing heat racing tonight, race fans. And then we'll go feature racing. 25 feature race laps for the V8 stocks later tonight. 35 for both the super stock and the late models.
And in this heat race, we have Caden Patrick is going to take us to the green flag in the 86. Kara Martin is in the 53 on the outside. Randy Martin in the 52-11 of Jeremy Taggart. The 45 of Barry Watson. And then we've got some drivers coming back out to play. We've got Brent Pelly, Jay Dewar, Darwin Wright, and then we've got Steve Book at the back of this field.
And Patrick leads the field down into the third turn. 3 wide for third as they're getting racy. Nice to see Steve Book, Jay Dewar, Darren Wright back racing at the half mile. A pretty good field here. Heat race number 2. 9 cars in heat race number 2. That's fantastic. As Patrick will lead him up the hill in turn 2 and down and back. Randy Martin there in second. There's the 5 of Jay Dewar. Definitely not used to seeing that type of paint scheme, that type of car, that type of number with Jay Dewar, but he's racing a little V8 stock tonight.
All these drivers that tell us that they're going to retire, I never believe it. We always see them back. It's good to see Jay Dewar back on this track, as well as Steve Book. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, if you're looking for golf terms, the V8 stock division may be the senior PGA. After they've had their heyday in the late models and the super stocks. You never know. They just want to come out and have fun. That's what it's about, Kate, right?
We also never know what cars they might have kicking around at their houses or in their shops still that they might want to come back out and play with. So Caden Patrick, we saw him run this car in the OSS as well. So Caden Patrick leading this heat race.
Patrick will lead him out of turn 4. 6 to go this time by. And it's Martin, Watson, Dewar, Taggart battling the 23X of Steve Book.
Jay Dewar's flirting with that breakout time, 21.102 last time by.
Steve Book, I don't know what to make out of that car. Running in 5th right now. That's got so much different colors and tape and tire marks and my goodness, but running right now in 5th and doing a pretty good job side by side for 3rd. Go ahead.
Randy Martin, Barry Watson, Jay Dewar, all breakout last time by.
2nd through 4th, nabbed by the speedometer clock, the speed gun, and they're all 3 wide for that position. All contact between Martin and Dewar. Watson got a piece of that. All 3 of them need to stop here. How's this going to work? Martin will stop. Watson will stop. And Dewar says, nope, next time, please. Some smoke coming out of the Watson machine. He's the points leader.
I think Watson just got heavy on the brakes, tried to get around Randy Martin in order to get that lead of the stop and go.
Jay Dewar still has to stop here, so let's see the difference. Dewar was beside Martin and Watson when they stopped, and he's about a straightaway ahead, but he still hasn't stopped. There's Taggart in the 11, Book in the 17. 2 laps to go. Jay Dewar confirmed he did break out lap number 5 at 21.027. Kate's not fibbing. And Dewar remains under green flag speed.
Wright just flirted last time by with the breakout with a 21.101. So that's real close.
And they just gave a warning to the 5 under white flag conditions. Jay Dewar doesn't stop here. He will be disqualified from the finishing order. And he will not stop. So the battle for 2nd is behind him. It's Taggart and Book side by side for 2nd. Patrick's going to win it. Checkered flag in the air for the 86 of Caden Patrick. And Book will hold on for 2nd, followed by Taggart. And what a finish by Darren Wright in the 62 coming home 4th. Jay Dewar will be disqualified, did not stop.
Wright breaks out on the last lap as well.
He did too.
20.928.
Oh my goodness.
So, I'm going to say he's probably going to finish ahead of Jay Dewar because Jay Dewar didn't provide the stop and go.
So I'm going to ask you to put yourself in the mindset of a V8 stock driver. After we come back from break, I'll ask you the question. More to come. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Chris Orrs, Kate Friel, top of the tower, Jeremy McGrady down trackside. Gorgeous Friday night here. Hope you had a fantastic weekend wherever you are watching from. Those of you watching from far away on our Rogers YouTube channel, maybe south of the border, welcome. Pleasure to have you on board. We're switching gears now from the V8 stock to the super stock. Quick question for you, Kate Friel. A couple of drivers getting speeding penalties last race with 4 or 5 laps to go. Give me some scenarios why they might not stop and continue to finish the race under green.
I think if you're leading the race, it may be hard with a couple laps to go to admit the defeat and stop and go on the backstretch. I think in cases of the last race where it was about 5 laps to go, newer driver to the series, like to V8 stocks. So I also think that maybe a radio's not working. There's different reasons as to why they may not have been able to stop or did not understand the stop and go, but that's all going to be worked out after the heat race. They're going to hopefully get that all fixed and in check for the future.
Super stocks on tap right now. 7 cars in heat race number 1 is Pete Van der Wees Jr. On the pole in the 7-car, Randy Kuykendall in the 8 outside row 1. It's Brendan Edgar, Mike Herniak Jr. in row number 2. Then it's Darrell Lake, Cody Wilds in row 3. Hudson Nagy in the 36, starting shotgun on the field. 10 laps of scheduled distance. They'll come out of turn 4. Super stocks on tap. Green flag. What a start by Pete Van der Wees. I'm not sure if that's a slow 8 car or the 7 jumped to start, but he was 2.5 lengths clear.
The 8 was really loose, it looked like in practice, did put it around, so I wonder if they're still just fighting some demons in that 8 car.
Van der Wees will lead him out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 1. Darrell Lake quickly up to 2nd, and Hudson Nagy has gone from 7th to 3rd in 1 lap in that orange and white 36. As we'll get to the inside of Edgar, who's really loose out of turn number 2. Hudson Nagy, good start for the 36 team. 7th to 3rd in that opening half mile. And now attacking the 77 of Darrell Lake. The work turns 1 and 2. Egg-shaped oval here at Delaware Speedway. If you're new to the track, distance between turns 1 and 2 is shorter than the distance between turns 3 and 4. You can carry a lot more speed through turns 3 and 4, where we are right now, to come back to the stripe. It's more about handling in turns 1 and 2. We'll dive into turn 1 right now. There's a hill coming. They'll climb up the hill in turn 2 and launch down the backstretch, come down off the hill and fire into turn number 3. Now we go to the 2 longest turns. Into turn 3, out of turn 4, back to the stripe, and that's a lap at Delaware Speedway. And you're watching the battle for second. It's Lake in the 77 and Hudson Nagy in that 36. Van der Wees Jr. about 5 car lengths ahead of this battle. There you see the 7 of Pete. They'll close in a little bit under braking. Contact, Edgar's around in turn 3. Wilds ramped him, got right underneath the rear deck lid, and torpedoed the 4 around, and Herniak Jr. might have caught a piece of that. Yes, he did on the left front of that 15 machine. I'm not sure if Wilds was late on the brakes, but he hammered the 4 into turn 3.
So here's the replay here. Watch the 14. So it looks like the 4 just slowed way up going in.
You're so nice.
I'm not sure, but I think the 14 definitely dumped him.
Well, okay, that's better. Because I was going to say, you're so nice on replays.
Well, it's interesting to see because everybody brakes going into a corner differently. So
okay, I'll give you that.
Some people start sooner and then get on it quicker coming out of the corner, and some like to drive it in deeper and then roll off the corner a little bit slower. So it just looked like
and there's no
the
brake
14
lights.
Definitely did not time what the 4 was going to do and drove right into the back of him and turned him around. But it does look like the 4 slowed up coming in. So it looks like he likes to brake early and maybe roll off faster. But needless to say, that's definitely on the car behind you when you're going into a corner to realize, okay, if you want to go faster than me, maybe take the outside line. You can't go through me.
Yeah,
it doesn't quite work.
The only lights on cars on the track are the lights on top of the pace car. And let's have a look at full speed here. Kate, take us through it. Full speed. Well, Cody could see the 4 car braking for a little bit.
Yeah, so I think the 14 probably should have went on the high side of the 4. You can't go through a car; it doesn't quite work. So,
okay.
Regardless, they have put the 14 behind the 4 and the 15. So they have moved the 14 of Wilds to the back.
4 in the books and 6 laps to go. We get set for restart here. Super Stock Heat Race number 1.
We are seeing the result of waiting a few weeks to be back on this racetrack.
Here they come out of turn 4. Vanderwist will bring him to the line. And green flag with the Super Stocks. Lake in the 77, Hudson Nagy in the 36. And the front 3 already separate themselves. Lake trying to pressure the 7 on the outside. Herniak Jr. trying to bridge that gap from the second pack to this lead trio. Out of turn 4, Vanderwist Jr., Lake, Nagy. And Lake continuing the battle on the outside here, won't let go. And good run by the 7 on corner exit, contact. Left rear of the 77, right front of the 36. And a little bit more contact there again. Hudson Nagy wants to go by here. And Edgar just gave Wilds a shot back in turn number 3. A little payback as the 4 and the 14 are side by side back in the field. Oh, and the 4 goes around and comes back, straightens it up, and the 14 was Wild as well. They're going at it all over the place here in heat race number 1. It's Vanderwist Jr. will lead this lap with 3 to go. Cody Wilds will do anything to get back to the rear bumper of that 4 car. I'll tell you that right now. Nagy up to second.
Here's the replay of it. Oh yeah, the 4 drove right into the side of the back bumper of Wilds. Definitely getting his payback.
I think it was a little late braking, don't you think?
I think Wilds was washing up the track, and the 4 decided that's my time for payback.
2 to go here. Leader is Vanderwist Jr. There's your battle for second. The 36 is Nagy, the 77 of Lake. Herniak Jr. all by himself. In the 4 spot, then it's Edgar and Wilds and Kuykendall. They'll come around for the white flag. Vanderwist Jr. trying to hold on here. A white flag on the speedway. Vanderwist Jr. good run off of corner 2. We'll watch this lead battle and we'll watch the post-race scenario between the 4 and the 14. Out of turn 4, here comes Vanderwist Jr. He'll win heat race number 1, followed by Nagy, Lake, Herniak Jr., Edgar, Wilds, and Kuykendall. And that'll wrap up heat race number 1. Here's Wilds behind Edgar, and he gave him a little shot in turn number 2. There you see them, and another little tap. And now he'll let him go. And the conversation might exit the cockpit of each car in the infield here. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, those two having a pretty aggressive race. And Wilds trying to get the last word in via the front bumper. That's with the replay.
So here's the first shot.
This is after the race.
Well, yeah, definitely shot after shot. It speaks for itself. No matter where a driver is braking or rolling off the corner and where they want to get on and off the gas, that's one thing. And it shouldn't. It's up to the driver behind them to gauge where they're going to go from there.
All right, let's go trackside to Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris and Kate. I'm joined now by Jake Sheridan, driver in the Pro Late Model Series. Now, Jake, currently sitting in a tie for first here at the Weekly Racing Series here at the Half Mile. Take me through your season and obviously what's it going to take to get this car into victory lane here tonight.
I got a good race car. There's a lot of really, good guys and really good equipment around here too. So we'll have to deal with, and everybody's always on tire game. You got guys switching tires, and that's how it goes with inventory tires. So, a lot going on. We were playing some games there last week. We're saving some tires up, and hopefully it pays dividends this week.
Now, it was autograph night here tonight. As a kid, was there any athletes that you wanted autographs or autographs that you currently have that you find have to be your favorite?
Yeah, I've always been a big race fan. It's really great to have the local fans come down here and be a part of that and get the interaction with them is one of my favorite things. And giving the hero cards out and having another way to represent our great sponsors and partners like Raptor Filters and Pride Seas and Reynolds Trucking is awesome and a great way to support a great racetrack.
And then obviously you're going to be doing racing well here tonight, and obviously APC Series in there as well, currently in the top 5 as well. Good luck tonight and the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. And Jake Sheridan currently tied for the late model points lead with Marshall Schrank. Here's the Cody Wilds trailer after he got out of the car. Watch him go into the trailer. He's not a happy camper. Now watch this. That's a hard punch. That's a hard wall. Hopefully his hand's okay, but yeah, it's not always pleasantries and greetings when you're a race car driver, and Kate, you'd know that. You used to do some of that yourself, like, as far as racing, not getting upset and punching a wall. Sorry, I kind of led that in the wrong way.
Well, where were you? And I'm just kidding. It definitely happens. We all get frustrated. I don't think there's one person in this world can say that they've never been frustrated or a little bit heated.
You heard Jeremy talking with Jake Sheridan about the autograph night tonight. You have any special autographs at home that you want to tell us about?
One of my favorites that I had when I was a kid was, I don't know if you're going to recognize the name, Carrie Williams. She used to drive the 31 CASCAR car, and I thought it was so cool. We were down on the front stretch. Junior late models used to line up here. We used to do a demonstration race, and it was only her and I that were the only females down there, so it was pretty cool at 8 years old to see something like that.
I have 4 autographs at home. My favorite, Doug Gilmore. Actually 5, sorry. Doug Gilmore, Wayne Gretzky. I have, I just got former London Knight and Maple Leafs draft pick Easton Cowan's autograph about 3-4 weeks ago. That might be worth something, who knows. And what a week it was for my generation. I have an autograph at home from Hulk Hogan, rest in peace. Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. From people from my generation who grew up with Ozzy, went on the crazy train many a nights, and grew up with Hulk Hogan, was a wrestling fan. This is a tough week.
Yeah, it was a very interesting week for all of
my goodness,
the celebrities. And the other cool one that I have is I have one of my old junior late model hoods that was signed by the 4 NASCAR drivers that visited Cayuga. So Matt Kenseth, Tony Stewart, Kenny Sheridan, Kenny Schrader, they're all on this hood, and it's on a wall in my basement, and it's been there, I think, since I was like 10 years old.
Underway, Super Stock Heat Race number 2, and right off the hop, it's Ethan Orr out to the races. The 28 at Dyson right there for second on the inside. Fighting with the Jay Cox in that 00. Here comes the 83 of Brody Rickwood. A big stack up from second on back. And the new dad, the points leader, Trevor Culver, mixed in there. There's the 1 right side of your screen. 3 points ahead of the 93 right side of your screen. Carson Nagy trying to get through the field. It is Orr and Dyson away by themselves now in front 2. Culver will dive to make it 3 wide on the 07 of Nick Ramsey in the 00, Jay Cox. as they'll dive into the corner. Go ahead, Kate.
Also at the back of this field, we'd like to welcome back the 4 of Lonnie Thompson. We haven't seen him since a really hard lick last year on the back stretch, so good to see that driver and that car back out here tonight.
And the 5th autograph I never mentioned, the Bobby Orr. Arguably one of the best defensemen ever to play. New leader. Not yet, but Dyson wants to be there. Or will lead him out of turn number 4. Dyson the second. Culver trying to get there. Side by side for 4th. It's Rickwood to the inside of Ramsey. Looking for that 4th spot. They're side by side, and Carson Nagy trying to get through that mess. There you see the 07 Ramsey. 83 is Rickwood. They're back up to the front. Or top of your screen left side. Battle for the lead. Or Dyson, Culver. Battle for 4th, bottom right with Ramsey, Rickwood, and Nagy. And Nagy to the left rear of the 83. A little bump, shoots him up the track, and will try and grab the spot. Meanwhile, Dyson for the lead in turns 3 and 4. The 28 trying to get to the inside. Good run by Ethan Orr off the corner. Will retain the lead. Here's the 0-0 of the Jake Cox 83, Brody Rickwood. Back up front. And here's that bump, bottom right, Kate.
Yeah, so the 93 just goes right into the back of the 83's tire going into turn 1 and moves him up the track and was able to get under there and take the position.
3 laps to go, back to live action. We're at the front. Culver to the inside of Dyson for 2nd spot. Ramsey there now. Or trying to hold on here, but Culver is coming. And Culver, he waits so long to break into the corners. He gains about a car length and a half just under braking.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by every driver likes to roll in and out of the corner differently. Culver seems to have absolutely no fear, and that car is on rails into the inside of Orr and going into turn 3 and 4, coming to that checkered flag. Oh, white flag, sorry. We still got 2 to go.
Half a lap to go here, and it's Culver up front. It's Orr in second. Here's the closing rate under braking. Culver on Orr in the 57, gets a good run off the corner. A little squirrely was the 57. Top left of your screen, they'll come out of turn 4. Checker flag in the air for the one of Trevor Culver. Orr, Ramsey, Dyson, Rickwood, your top 5. Then it's Nagy, Cox, and Lonnie Thompson. In that fabled, the white number 4 will round out the field and finish up our heat racing for the Superstock division. There you see the brand new dad, the one of Trevor Culver, winner of heat race number 2.
Well, his wife must have done last night's late night, and Trevor must have got some good sleep. He's pulling back into victory lane.
So coming up next, we will switch gears and head to the late model division as we're done the heat racing. So more to come as we step away here. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen and Chevrolet. Good Friday evening. Hope you had a great week, no matter what you did. And thanks for joining us, Chris Soares, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down at trackside, and all of our volunteer staff here behind the cameras doing a fantastic job, and Chris and Shane, of course, in the truck, always doing a great job, and our graphics department as well. It takes a full team effort getting set for some late model action here. Couple of heat races on tap, 10 laps the scheduled distance per race, and it's pretty simple, knock on wood. Pretty simple card tonight. 3 divisions, heat races, features, and that's it. So, and there's no weather in play tonight. It should be a pretty smooth evening. Again, we will knock on wood.
We definitely don't need the announcer's jink tonight either.
I knocked on wood twice.
I think it's a plastic table, but nice try. I get the point.
All right, late model racing, Logan White, Paul Major on the front row, Ray Morneau in the 03, Johnny Arts in the 30, and then Matt Robley, Lloyd Rawlings. I golf with Matt's dad, former cast card champion Steve Robley. Well, I golf we were back-to-back groups every Monday, talking about the fact that the 32 has been so darn fast over the last month. We'll see what Matt Robley has under the hood of that 32, the blue and white car right to your screen, as we get set for late model heat racing. And green flag underway. White on the inside, Major on the outside. And the Dyson crew actively watching that 14 late model. Dyson will pilot that car in a couple of weeks' time. The field nicely bunched up. Rawlings lost him a little bit. He's about 4 car lengths back. And having some trouble with Logan White. He's clogged up Johnny Arts on the outside. Robley and Morneau trying to take advantage.
Yeah, Logan White kind of washed up the track in 3 and 4, and Morneau was able to capitalize diving to the inside. He looks like he's going to bring Robley along with him, and Johnny Arts is jumping on that train.
Major will lead, 8 laps to go here. Kind of a good lead, about 4 or 5 car lengths at the moment. Morneau and Robley trying to track him down. White back to 4th, and it's Arts and Rawlings. The current running order, and that 32 looks pretty strong again. Piloted by Matt Robley. And Robbie looks to the inside, and I was talking with Steve a little bit on the golf course. I said, Matt's really looked strong the last 4 to 5 weeks, Steve, but he really wants to go. You can tell a couple of altercations early on in the race. He goes, yeah, we're trying to calm him down a little bit, but it's tough when he's taken after his dad. That's what he said. Perfect quote from multi-champ Steve Robley. As Matt will try and re-engage that attack on the 03 of Morneau. Halfway this time by. And Robbie looks to the inside. He's at the door now. And Morneau can't clear him. Robbie right there. And Matt gets right even with Ray. Out of turn 2. Ray won't let him go. They'll drag race down the back. Morneau in the 03. Robbie in the 32. Robley fighting for everything he's got here. Almost some contact. There was some contact there. Morneau's always been strong on the outside. Now Robbie gives him a little shove. And Morneau fights back on the outside. What a great battle here. But that 03, as we know, Kate, loves the outside here at the half mile.
Yeah, and it looks like he really knows how to work that outside too, and in the fact of that he doesn't always let it drift coming to the wall, coming out of 4. Kind of trying to work that speed, but he tries a good crossover there. He's able to get to the inside. There was a bit of contact there as well with the 32. So Morneau takes that spot back, but Robley's not going to let him go easy.
Yeah, I think there was just a hair more than a little bit of contact on the part of the 03.
I only caught the end of it.
As he was trying to get by the 32, now Matt will try and repay the favor. Robley, great run off turn 2. We'll get to the inside again. And Morneau will stick to the outside. White flag on the speedway. Great racing here between the 03 of Morneau and the 32 of Robley. It's all Paul Major at the front. Great run by Robley. He'll get to the door at braking. Into turn 3 they go. Major's going to win it. No problem there. Battle for second on turn number 4. And it'll be Morneau by 6 feet over Robley. And White will just beat Arts by 5/100ths of a second for 4th. Arts in 5th. Lloyd Rawlings will come home in 6th. And there is your late model heat race number 1 winner, the 14 of Paul Major. So far, so good for the Dyson experiment. The 14 looks pretty good tonight, Kate.
Yeah, 14 does look good tonight. I was running fast. Wonder if they've had some conversations driver to driver and been able to make some adjustments on that car. So good for Paul Major to be able to park that in victory lane tonight.
More late model racing on the other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season's merchandise. From classic hoodies to comfortable t-shirts and stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action at home, you can shop anytime online at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style.
Getting set for late model heat race number 2, and they're having trouble putting the right order on just 5 cars. It's like organizing a 2-car parade. Not quite sure what's going on here. I was just telling Kate off air. Happy Gilmore 2 came out on Netflix today, and it was awesome. I watched it this afternoon. It was hilarious. Did you watch Happy Gilmore, the first one?
I've watched it a few times.
There you go.
I think Kyle's going to be more excited. I'm not sure if he's normally watching us from home with the kids, but now that he knows that, he might have just exited our feed and went over to Netflix.
Yeah. Well, our true fans will stick around. Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace car. Getting set, heat race number 2, late models. And it's the points battle tied at the top on the front row. Schrank in the 22, Sheridan in the 52. That's your 2 points leaders right there. Here they come. Green flag.
I don't ever count out the 10 of Jesse Kennedy. Brady Smith was able to get his first feature win a few weeks ago as well, so this should be a fast heat race.
Yeah, Schrank got a horrible start, and Sheridan's gone by about 6 car lengths. Now Schrank has to contend with Kennedy on his outside. And then it's the 53 of Smith, the 13 of Chapman. Sheridan out of turn number 2 and down the back. Still side-by-side battle for second. Kennedy seems to get great corner exit in turns 2 and 4. Schrank gets back even with him in the cornering on that inside lane. And Kennedy might have cleared him this time, and he did. Jesse will drop down to the inside row and grab second spot. Side-by-side for 4th with Brady Smith and Jaden Chapman off your screen right side. Here's Sheridan coming out of turn number 4 to complete another lap. Sheridan having a strong year. There's your battle for second. The 10 of Kennedy, the 22 of Schrank. Each position in a heat race is worth a point. So right now, and you get 10 points to win. So Sheridan would get 10, Schrank would get 8 if they were to finish right now. So the points championship would change and be a differential of 2 if we were to stay the same as right now. And Sheridan looks to be pulling away, Kate. Fast time, 18.752. Kennedy just put out his fastest time, and that's still 15 100ths of a second slower than Sheridan.
And Sheridan just topped his last time, so Sheridan's on rails. He's flying. We expect nothing less. I feel like it would have been a little bit closer had Schrenk had a better start, but Sheridan is loving that he had a great start and he is able to take that big jump right at the beginning.
Again, another fast time by the 52 and 18.679 last time by. 3.5 laps to go. There's your battle for second. Schrenk to the inside of Kennedy as the 22 is able to fight back and get to the door after Kennedy made the pass earlier on in the race. Side by side into turn 1, up the hill in turn 2 and down the back. Here's the gap to the leader. Sheridan left of your screen, battle for second, right side of your screen. Between Schrenk and Kennedy. Contact as we were there with them live as Schrenk gets turned, or got turned, or was turned, or did turn. We'll find out in turn number 3. Caution on the speedway.
Yeah, around goes the 22 of Schrenk. Good on Brady Smith. Here's a look at it.
Well, you see the left front tire of Schrenk immediately turned to the right, which means the back end was coming around. The question is on his own, or if there was contact. Did he wash up the track? Did Jesse come down? It's hard to tell.
I think that one was just hard racing and around when a race car that happens. I just see really hard racing on that one. But I can't believe that Chapman and Smith missed that. It was right in front of them, and they reacted so fast, so that was amazing.
Another replay. We actually had this shot live on our broadcast, and we had it perfect. Like, it's hard to tell. Did 10 come down? 22 go up? Did the 22 get loose? I don't know. So no penalties because the 10 is still in the second position. And white flag on the speedway. Will have officially 3 laps to go here in late model heat race number 2. Late July, but plenty more racing to come here at the half mile. DelawareSpeedway.com for all your schedule and ticket information. Some great events still to come in here on Rogers TV, as well as our coverage of the 2025 season continues. Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace car. Here they come. Sheridan will pick the outside. Kennedy to the inside. Oh, and they're not going to like that start, I don't think. Aiden in the flag stand was still telling them to keep it slow as Sheridan took off, but I guess they're going to let him go here. And look at that lead. It's already 8 car lengths. Oh, the restart rule is in play. Jake was inside that restart zone, Kate, and he started the race, which is his option as the leader.
Yeah, since he's the control car off the start, as long as he's in the restart zone, he's controlling when the start's going to happen. He's been doing a great job on the restart. Here's the restart here. You see Kennedy on the inside, but the 52 on the outside, I think he went a little bit before the restart zone, but he is the control car, so he does set the pace.
Here we go into turn 3. Checker flag awaits the 52 of Jake Sheridan, late model heat race number 2. He's got it. Checker flag. Kennedy will finish second. Good finish by Brady Smith to grab third from Schrenk. And Chapman will come home in the 5th position. And that'll be the unofficial finishing order of late model heat race number 2. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, you're right, Kate, because I don't see the yellow paint at the start of the restart zone anymore on the inside wall, but I think there was I think maybe he would have started a little earlier, because usually the paint is right at the exit of turn 4. Let's check in trackside with Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris and Kate. I'm joined by Barry Watson. Now, Barry, we were just talking off camera how in 6 races so far in this V8 division, you have won 4 of those races. Talk to me about being able to get to victory lane so far 4 times, and what is it going to take for a 5th time here tonight?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the luck has run out. It's been a pretty tough one to get this 5th one, and these guys are so good now. Like, everybody seems to know what 21-1 is, and you try and pass them, you just break out. So it's a hoot still to do it, but I mean, well, 4 is good. It's a pretty good year. Some years we win 1, some years we win none, so 4 is pretty good.
Now, again, when talking off camera, you were talking about how your daughter gets a little bit upset with you when you get into that breakout position. Talk to me about that heat race there when you had the breakout, and obviously lots of other cars had that situation happen as well.
Yeah, I'll hear about it tonight. She races at Grand Bend Speedway in a micro sprint, and every time I break out, she just asks me, like, couldn't you just hit your brake? Like, couldn't you slow down a little bit? So I'm going to have to hear about the heat race, but hopefully I can make up for it in the feature and not break out and get a good finish, keep her quiet.
Well, best of luck tonight and good luck the rest of the season, Barry.
Great, thanks guys. Have a good night, everyone.
Back upstairs.
Thank you so much, Jeremy and Barry. Thoughts on heat racing all complete for Friday night?
I think everybody missed last week, and some cars may have sat a little bit too long. I think some of the drivers were a little bit antsy tonight, trying to get to the front a little bit quicker than maybe they should have let it breathe a little bit more. Hopefully they got it all out of their system. We're going to see some great features.
Yeah, any surprises that you saw at all? Any names or car numbers pop up when you didn't expect it, or maybe some numbers that you did expect that didn't fare too well? Or
I'm actually surprised to see Barry Watson break out. He does a really good job keeping that 21-1, but you heard him say it that sometimes it is a little bit harder. And when everybody's going fast, it's a race car driver thing. You want to go as fast as you can. So now putting a cap on it of saying, no, only go 21.1 seconds, I'm sure that's not as easy as we like to call from up here of, oh, they broke out. But being inside that race car, you don't know if you're going faster or slower. And you're just trying to time it the best you can with everybody ahead of you, but also make the passing to go further. So that was interesting to see. It's good to see a few cars back that we haven't seen in a while. That's the biggest thing. Car counts are the biggest thing at every racetrack, not only here, but across southwestern Ontario. Everybody wants a car count. It always makes the racing more enjoyable to watch, but I'm just happy to see some drivers that are able to finally get their cars back together and get out here that we haven't seen.
yeah, V8 stock, to name three: Steve Book, Jay Dewar, and Darren Wright coming back to the track tonight. More to come on the other side of break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. And you can show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise, from classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats. There's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following from home, you can shop online anytime at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. Earlier today, Jeremy talked with a partnership between the 28 Super Stock and the 14 late model that's going to come to fruition in a couple of weeks. So we talked to the 28 team. Time now for the other side. Here's Jeremy trackside.
Thanks so much, Chris. And yes, I am joined by Paul Major. Now, Paul, congratulations, your first career heat race win. Talk to me through that moment. Obviously, a lot of years trying to get this victory. What does it mean to you?
Well, thank you, first of all. It feels amazing. So much time and effort goes into this, and long nights, and blood, sweat, and a little bit of tears. It means so much, as you can tell. But yeah, after our last race, I was disappointed with our results, and we went back to the shop, and my motorsports team helped out a bunch, and we're able to hold them off there, and it looked good. So coming the feature time, we'll hopefully hold off the cars a little bit longer and see how we do.
Now, hard work pays off heading into this feature race. Obviously, knowing that you're going to have a lot of guys behind you wanting to get in front, what's going to be the key for you to not only get your first feature race, but also try to get another one here?
Well, I'll get a good start and let them battle out a little bit, and hopefully I could build a little bit of ground before they start settling in and catching me. So, car felt really good there. I'm confident. I've got the best view in the house, and hopefully it's a good show.
Now, obviously, with it being autograph night here tonight, any autographs when you were a kid that you idolized, any special ones that you were able to get?
Ooh, it's a tough one. I've been to a few races over the years, met a few NASCAR drivers. I mean, my cousin Robin McCluskey, watched him growing up, and he's probably my favorite driver, so I say his autograph.
And good luck tonight, Paul, the rest of the way and the rest of this season.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. And Paul Major joined by track announcer Jamie Maudsley here. A little partnership going on there with the 14 late model and the 28 super stock, as Dyson's going to hop in that late model in a couple weeks.
Yeah, good opportunity for Ryan Dyson to get his feet wet in the late model. He would love to move up to that, and we'll see how he does.
Any special autographs that you hold favorable at home that you want to share with us?
Years ago, they used to give these IROC hats when you went to the IROC race at Michigan out, and I've got a couple of them that, geez, this is going back to 85, 86 with like the Junior Johnsons and David Pearsons on it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. I got Big John Studd's autograph. That's not racing, but it's still pretty cool.
I was telling Kate earlier, I have Hogan's autograph. What a tough week.
Yeah, tough week for stars, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Kate was telling me off air that you have a special day coming up tomorrow.
I do. I am. Karen and I are tying the knot. She's a race fan,
nice.
So this is all good. Yeah. So
a whole new meaning to the I do. Right?
She's gonna show up, is she, Jamie?
In true racing fashion, though, I have successfully managed to insert about 3 Talladega Nights references into my wedding vows.
Why
wouldn't you?
The suit's not checkered flag.
No, it's not. Sorry.
So what'd you think of the heat racing so far tonight? Pretty smooth card so far.
Once the V8 stocks got going in that first heat race, we were okay. I thought late model racing was good. Feel bad for Marshall Schrank. He got into the side of Kennedy, got a little loose there, had a good run going, had to go to the back. It's good to see Brady Smith find some speed after last week last race out when he went to feature Victory Lane. We'll see what he can do tonight. But I tell you what, that 52, he is fast tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 52 is real fast.
And he had a cool weekend last weekend. He got to go to the IWK 250 in Nova Scotia, which is definitely the biggest late model race in the East Coast. It's a really cool event. There's about 11,000 people show up to Riverside for that. And Jake said, we didn't do as well as we wanted to. He said, but the event was second to none. Really cool.
Yeah, there's a pretty cool event. You go ahead. You had a question, Kate?
Yeah, so with him going away, is he running a different car tonight?
I'm not sure. I never asked.
Because it's a different paint scheme for sure, but I'm wondering if it's a different car.
He doesn't have all the same decals on there that he normally does on the APC cars. I did never ask whether it's the same car or not.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if you knew the inside scoop on that one or not.
Whether it is or it isn't, it's fast. I'll tell you that.
Either way, it's super fast.
He could have boss car tonight. They could be in a lot of trouble if he starts up front.
We're going to see some good late models coming up in September. The highest purse for that was a 3-day September weekend. $90,000 on the Sunday in the purse for the late models. That's the highest ever.
Yeah, and if you can win the super stock race on Friday for $5,000, win the late model race on Saturday for $15,000. If you can win both of them, another $10,000 bonus to win both. So somebody could walk away from here with $30,000 on Great Canadian Weekend.
That's fantastic. Before we let you go, tease us for what you think might come up in the heat races, or in the features tonight.
Features tonight, I tell you what, like I said, I think that 52 is really fast in late model. Culver, obviously, your point leader. I want to see if Carson Nagy can maybe make some adjustments and get that car a little better and be a little more competitive in feature time. And we'll see if Jordan Morris can continue rolling and cutting into that Barry Watson point lead.
Always a pleasure. Congratulations on tomorrow's festivities. Hopefully it rains, because that's good luck. Is it not, Kate?
It's supposed to be good luck, but it's every bride's worst nightmare.
Okay, hopefully there's lots of
sun. It can rain in the morning for all I care.
Hopefully it goes fantastic. Congratulations to you and your soon-to-be wife.
Thank you very much.
More to come. Other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
How about the drama of Stanley Cup final hockey? Big game players coming up with big game plays, and these two are writing their own stories this time around. These Florida Panthers, this is like old school hockey. Sam Reinhart, the night of his life. The reign's going to continue. The Florida Panthers back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. What an experience it is to share with your teammates. This is the most exciting time for all.
Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers Street, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. A beautiful Friday night, as you can see here at the half mile.
Show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action at home, you can shop online at delawarespeedway.com. Order and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style.
You can tell that we're live, folks.
We had to point it out, huh, Chris?
Well, we wanted to make sure our viewers know we are live. This is no tape delay stuff. Getting set for our first feature. Welcome back. Chris Orrs, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down trackside. It's always nice to talk with Jamie Mosley. Gives us that insight that we may not know as the night is progressing. It was nice to have Jamie stop by.
Yeah, always interesting when Jamie brings all of his intel that he may have. I was really interested to know if that was a different race car because it looked a little bit different in practice, and also a different paint scheme, less decals on the car. So I was just curious if he knew.
Let's take you back to the start of the program. We'll look at the point standings as they came into this evening before we go feature racing tonight. That was the V8 stock points with Watson out front to Morrison, Taggart, Patrick and Martin rounding out the top five. Over to the Super Stocks where we saw Culver win his heat race tonight. He currently leads the Super Stock points. As we'll head there with Nagy in the second position. There we go. Carson 3 points back. This was going into tonight. Culver's extended that by a point or two. Ramsey, Brickwood, Dyson, your top five in the Super Stock. Still run 35 laps coming up later tonight. And the late model standings coming into this evening. A tie atop the standings, Sheridan and Schrank. Sheridan won his feature. Schrank finished, I believe, was fourth. So lost 3 points to Sheridan there. Kennedy, Morneau, Brady Smith, Matt Robley, all right there. Jonathan Hart's there as well. Top seven separated by 11 going into tonight. Getting set for the features. And we'll lead off with the V8 stocks. Kate with the 21.1 second breakout time. Welcome back up to the top of the tower. Explain to our fans again what the 21.1 second breakout rule is.
Yeah, so the race cars can't go faster than 21.1 seconds. So if they run a 20.9 second lap time, they are going to have to serve a stop and go penalty on the backstretch. So that is something that we do have to work with when it comes to these V8 stocks, and whether or not they are able to do so. Barry Watson talked about how they have to sometimes let off when they're going in, coming to the start-finish line and seeing what they can do.
All right, so we have feature racing still to come on the other side of break. Don't go anywhere. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing, Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Chris Orrs, K-Field, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down trackside, getting set for feature racing now. From the half mile, and we'll kick off with the V8 stocks. And coming up after the cross the start-finish line, Kate will give you our starting order. 21.1 second breakout time in effect. You cannot go faster than that, which would be timing less than 21.1. If you do, you have to go through a stop-and-go procedure on the backstretch. And we have the safety crew still working on the track, and now we're going to get the field all sorted out here. So it should be a pretty good race.
Yeah, it looks like the 73 of Jordan Morris is going to be able to have the pole position. It looks like down the pit road, we've got the 3 of Mike Howard needing a push start. So I think that that's the slowdown and the gap in between some things right now. And I think we're just waiting for the push start on the 3. The 3 will slot into position, and away we will go with these V8 stocks. It is great to see this field constantly grow and have more and more car count out here. This class is always so interesting.
I just want to say something before you continue, because I was thinking the same thing. 17. 17 is the amount of cars in this feature for the V8 stock. Continue your point, because you nailed it right on the head. I remember when it was a small division.
I think there was like 5 or 6 cars when we first started.
17 tonight, Kate.
Yeah, so it's just so nice to see this division grow constantly. And you see all kinds of body styles. It's so interesting that anything that's got a V8 motor that might be sitting around and just collecting dust. I mean, some of them are sitting in fields, and people are pulling them out, getting them ready, and bringing them back out racing here at Delaware. And this class just allows for so many different vehicles because of the breakout rule. It is definitely a driver-dominated, I find, division, because they really have to focus not only on making this car go around the track and passing cars, but you also have to be worried about how fast you're going. So it's a lot of mental, a mental race as well for this division, and I just think it's really neat.
Absolutely. Kate's going to monitor our time clock for us. She's going to let us know if anybody speeds. Remember that opening lap, or the opening lap that's coming in a lap and a half from now, will be full out. So they'll start from a caution speed so they can go full out in the opening lap, and we'll see some cars making some moves as best they can. But when this field stacks up, it's going to look pretty darn cool for V8 stocks. White flag on the speedway. And we're getting set for 25 laps, the scheduled distance here. It'll be out up front, Jordan Morris and Mike Howard to lead this field to green. Stewart and Patrick in row number 2. As they'll come around turn number 4, the Delaware Speedway pace car will drop down on the pit road. Here we go. V8 stocks, green flag from the half mile in Delaware.
Morris got a great jump there at the start. The 3 of Mike Howard, though, that car seems to be faster and faster every time they're out. So I'm interested to see, but we're going 3 wide, and it is the first lap, boys.
Oh, we got what looked like a fire behind the left front tire of the one car, but looks like it's maybe just brake smoke. It looked pretty dangerous, but side by side for the lead at the front of this field. It's the Morris machine on the inside, and it's Steve Book on the outside, and look at them slow down now. Now they have that lap in. Now they got to start pacing themselves, and Kate will be on the clock. Side by side for the lead at the line. Doug Stewart in the 3rd spot. Thumbs up from Kate. There's the 3 of Mike Howard in the 4th position. Patrick and Taggart rounding out the top 6. Oh, it's gorgeous to see this many cars out for the V8 stock. They're bunching up at the front of this field, though. And if you get caught near the back of the field and you're a strong car, you really can't do anything to get to the front of the field. Nobody penalized there because you have to adhere to that 21.1 seconds. For example, you got Rockwood at the back of the field that can't really maneuver through the field. Neither can Jay Dewar because you'll be caught for speeding.
Yeah, Jay Dewar's already running 21.2, so interested to see how he's going to maneuver through the field here.
Side by side still for the lead. It's a parade lap at speed here at Delaware in the V8 stocks. Morris on the inside, Book on the outside. There's the blue deuce of Doug Stewart, the 3 of Mike Howard. And another lap in the books. Great battle at the front of the field, but like I said, and Kate knows exactly what I'm saying. When you're on a 21.1 second rule at green, you have to pace yourself, which means if you're side by side with a car, at the end of the lap, if you're a full car length ahead or a full car length behind, one of you has got to be speeding.
Yeah, Barry Watson is definitely flirting with it, so I'm just keeping an eye on his times because he's running about 21.16s, so he's getting close as well, but we'll just keep an eye on all of these lap times.
Taggart 3 wide into turn 3, will dive bomb to the inside of Patrick. And we'll grab the 5th spot to the inside of Watson. Nice move by Taggart. Grabbed a couple of spots. And now Taggart side by side with Watson for 5th. Jay Dewar there as well. And the field getting closer together at the front of the field. So some guys are pushing the limit here as they'll come around and take another time. Everybody good. Thumbs up from Kate, side by side off the hill in turn 2 and down the back. And Howard is slow. Mike Howard's lost a ton of spots, and he'll go all the way back outside the top 10. Stewart remains in 3rd, Taggart to 4th. Now Jay Dewar to the inside of Watson for 5th. As they'll come up on the Clutterbuck machine, the modified version of the 91. Leaders will go to the high side. Morris got pinched. Oh, what a move by Book as he pitched Morris behind the 91. And Book will grab the lead. Genius work by the 23X of Steve Book. And Morris trying to fight back now on the inside. Now Doug Stewart. Stewart says stop. Did he get speeding, Kate? I don't see him.
I think.
Caution on the Speedway.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with the 2 machine.
He did not speed. I just checked.
Now the 62 is around in turn 2, so that would be the reason for the caution flag. The 2, I believe, is coming in. There was contact between the 2 and the 5 while going around lap traffic, so I'm not sure if he's just getting checked on or if something's going on. So.
Okay, replay here, Kate. Watch this pitch by Steve Book to keep the 73 behind the 91.
Yeah, that was a great job by Book, but there's the contact I'm talking about between the 5 and the 2. So Dewar and Stewart get into each other, and I think that's why Stewart just is getting something checked there on the front end.
The 62 of Darren Wright going around.
Yeah, they're about to put up the hood. I think they're just checking on the front of the 2 machine.
So under caution there, let's go to the number 2 pits. They'll take the hood off the Blue Deuce. And Doug remains in the cockpit, obviously. 9 laps in the books, 16 still to go. As runner caution with the V8 stock feature.
Have you run a V8 stock race before?
No damage on the 5, though, I don't think, Kate.
Yeah, the 5 seems to be still rolling, so.
It's really interesting to see how.
I'm interested to see kind of what's going on with the 2, so. They've got the hood off, and it doesn't seem like they're going to work, so I'm hoping that that doesn't mean that the 2's done for the night, but we will just have to wait and see.
Field continues to pace here around the half-mile under caution as they clean up the track.
The other thing is that with the spin happening, after the 23 took position on the 73, the lap wasn't fully completed. The 73 gets the lead back. There was no full lap completed.
But the pass happened in turn 4, so they completed the lap when they came across.
They have put it back a lap as of right now, and the 73 is back at the front of the field.
So is the last full green flag completed lap by the entire field? Must be.
Maybe
because the
that's
leaders
what they're doing, but the leaders had already crossed.
They
so
did.
I would have said that I wouldn't have seen it that way, but they've gone back a full lap. And
Wow.
they put the 73 back to the front.
So it must be the full field completed lap. It has to be because the leaders had taken the stripe. Because the incident happened in turn 1. And,
Correct.
And turn 1 and 2, right?
And the
so,
passage just happened, I believe, at the start-finish line, but they've gone back a complete lap. Like they had passed coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, the pass was in turn 4.
Yeah.
You're right. Absolutely. So okay, must
So
be
I
the.
just thought I would let everybody know that
that's
they've
good.
given the 73 back. 73 has chose the outside.
That's a good. Call on that, Kate. So it has to be must be the full field has to complete the lap to have the lap registered for a restart order. Must be. That's the only thing that makes sense right now. So we're stacked and repacked here with the lights off the Delaware Speedway pace car, and Morris will select the outside. Puts Book on the inside. Taggart and Watson now. Watson the points leader in row number 2. Dewar and Patrick in row number 3. Kara Martin has found herself up into the 7th position alongside the 97 of Jesse Herzl. Then it's Darren Wright and Randy Martin. And I thought we were going to go white this time, but we are not. I think there's going to be a change in the order here.
Yeah, I think the 52 and the 53 just need to flip.
So Aiden in the flag stand is telling a driver, he's tapping on his headset saying, listen to the radio. I think that's what he's making the sign to one of the drivers. Hey, they're calling you on the radio. We'll see if that makes a difference. The 53, that's Kara Martin. Okay, so she's been pulled back. She was inside row number 4, so she switched spots with the 62 of Darren Wright.
I think the 52 of Randy Martin may have to move towards the back because was not answering the call fast enough, unfortunately.
Also, they brought Darren Wright back, so Darren Wright's slow on the inside going to the back of the field. So there's the 52 of Martin. There's the 95 of Orr. So it looks like the race officials are happy with the lineup because the flag man just went for the white flag. So we should be good. Here we go. White flag at the line expected. Alex Nagy is the sit-in race director this evening here at Delaware Speedway, in for Sean Gibbs. So Alex Nagy at the controls here at race control. And we'll get the white flag this time by.
And I don't know if we're going to see the 2 back out tonight. Looks like driver is out and that car is being jacked up. You can see the driver jacking up the car from here. So looking under the rear end, something amiss on the 2 of Stewart. I'm wondering if that happened with the contact made with the 5 of Jay Dewar.
9 laps in the book, 16 to go here. V8 stock feature. Control car is the outside 73 of Jordan Morris. And he'll restart the field here. Pace car on pit road. Here we go. They'll look to the flag stand. Green flag. They'll go full out here on this lap. Nice restart by Steve Book. And Book will grab the lead by turn 1. Morris trying to fight back on the outside. Watson there as well in that silver and black 45. 3 wide right behind him. Patrick with a great run off turn 2 will grab a couple of spots. And Caden Patrick up to 4th, drops Taggart to 5th. And now into, oh, he broke out. On the first lap, Steve Wood broke out 21.08. I've never seen that. Are you kidding me? Now he's going to slow the whole field up. He has to stop and go next time around. And I don't know why you're letting the field go by you. I would stay at speed. You're going to lose even more track position now because you got to stop and go. I would have kept all those cars behind me. New leader, Barry Watson. And Steve Book's going to come and do a stop and go on the backstretch. I've never seen that before. That car must be smoking fast if you break out on the opening lap of a restart.
I mean, Watson's not complaining because that was a good pick and roll that Book just set up for him. So now Watson and Morris will go to battle at the front of this field.
Side by side for the lead in turn 3. Patrick's there in the 86. Then side by side for 4th. Dewar to the inside of Taggart. Front 5 trying to get away. Everybody good through that lap according to Kate.
No, the 62 of Wright broke out that time by.
So Darren Wright caught Orr's getting a stop and go. He went too fast the previous lap.
Correct.
So Orr will adheat a penalty. And the 62 of Darren Wright has to stop and go next time by. Leaders off of turn 2 down the back. Side by side for the lead. Watson on the inside, Morris on the outside. Then it's Patrick all by himself in 3rd, and then Dewar and Taggart side by side for 4th. Wright will do the stop and go. Yep, Darren, you can go anytime now. There we go. And Wright is gone and away. Leaders just out of turn 2. And Wright in the turn number 3 wants to stay on the lead lap here. Leaders will come out of turn 4 another time. 9 to go this time by. Watson, Morris, Patrick, Dewar, Taggart, they're all there. And they're all together. Taggart trying to move on the outside, gets ahead of Dewar, tries to get to the door of Patrick.
The reason we lost the 3 of Mike Howard out of this class was due to electrical issues.
Okay.
So that's why that car's in the pits as well.
Thank you. Leaders back into turn number 3. 7 laps to go this time by. And it's Watson on the inside of Morris. Watson will lead that lap. Brent Pelly is having a great race. He's in the 1 car, and he's caught this lead pack. Great showing by the 1 car, Brent Pelly. He's about 3 car lengths now behind Dewar, but he's right there. There you see him, right side of your screen, in that silver and orange Nova. Leaders out of turn 2 and down the back. And Steve Book is racing Darren Wright for some reason. Is Steve Book waiting for this lead pack? Steve Book is definitely not at racing speed, which immediately perks up my spidey senses as the lead pack is coming. Darren Wright is even with Steve Book. Steve Book was a couple of seconds faster than Wright earlier on in the race. So I don't know what's going on here, but we're going to find out very shortly with 3 to go. Sorry, 4 to go, my apologies. Now Darren Wright. Wright got penalized again for a stop and go. Steve Book's last lap was 22.975. There he is, all by himself. He seems to be back up at speed now, as the leaders are half a straightaway behind. 2 to go this time by. Still side by side for the lead. Watson and Morris. Patrick and Taggart side by side. Dewar right there looking for a hole. Out of turn 1, into turn 2, up the hill and down the back. Lap and a half to go. And the leaders looking to settle this in just over a lap. Here they come. White flag. Watson and Morris. Who's going to take that risk? Who's going to keep the pedal down that much longer? Who's going to come out of that corner 4 with a little bit more speed? Taggart's lost a couple of spots. Patrick the third, Dewar the fourth. Here they go into turns 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, who's going to mash the gas here? It's going to be Morris at the line. Are we good, Kate? We are good. Jordan Morris will win it. 21.360, his fastest lap of the race was his very last one. And here's the finish.
Morris just gives it a little bit extra. Ends up running 21.360 on that lap. Look how close this is.
Yeah, that was 22 100ths of a second difference, first to second. 22 100ths, 0.022. That's unbelievable. And ironically, his fastest lap was the very last lap at 21.360. And they were just getting clarification at the backstretch of who won. It is the 73. And coming around to victory lane. And we will hear from Jordan Morris momentarily with Delaware Speedway's Jordan Maudsley coming up momentarily. Coming into victory lane here at Delaware Speedway, the 73 V8 stock of Jordan Morris gets the welcome congratulations from the crew.
Picks up a couple points on Barry Watson here tonight.
Coming up, Super Stock 35-lap feature, followed by the late models 35 laps. Still to come on this beautiful night here at Delaware Speedway. The pink sky is out. Pink sky at night, sailor's delight if you're hopping on the boat tomorrow. Refreshment for Mr. Morris. Unbuckling, taking the bucket off, getting set to exit that 73. And enjoy his feature race win tonight at the Delaware Speedway. Taking a good swig of Coke there and ready to come out. Oh, A&W, my apologies. And getting set to come out of the 73. There he is, winner of the V8 stock feature race tonight, the 73 of Jordan Morris. Let's take it down trackside.
Getting the congratulations from all the crew down here. Jordan, another close one there. Take me through that one.
Honestly, I had no idea. The radio was so crappy tonight. It was all crackly, and couldn't tell if we broke out. And I heard 3. I wasn't sure if it was me or Bookie. Apparently it was Bookie, and we lucked out.
How much fun is it with all these races being as close as they are?
You know, it's a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of patience.
You got a lot of people you want to thank down here?
Yeah, we got Old South Pub. We got CHS Mechanical. I know Floor Vision's up there. We got Jap Branding, Jay's Detail Shop, Tush Real Estate, Castrol, and Walt Stowing.
Jordan Morris with another good rundown here. Takes home a close one in the Dock Stater Property Maintenance V8
stocks. On the other side of the break, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen and Chevrolet. Chris Soares, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down trackside. Kate taking advantage of that beautiful sky, taking a couple of snapshots. Should we probably see that on Facebook coming up in about 29 seconds?
No, I like to take nice pictures of sunsets or great sky pictures, especially with a race car or a racetrack in the shot as well.
Super stock feature on tap, 35 laps of scheduled distance. This will be interesting, and here's why. We know that one car, Trevor Culver, is strong, but so is that 7. He'll lead him to green. That's Pete Vanderwist Jr. on the outside. An opportunity here for the 36 of Hudson Nagy. He was very strong in his heat race. Darrell Lake up there will start 3rd. Herniak Jr. will start 4th. There you see the 36 of Hudson Nagy. Culver will start 5th, and he'll look to get to the front early. This is going to be a very important race for the 93 of Carson Nagy. He'll start 10th. He came into tonight 3 points behind Culver for the points lead. It's now, I think, 5 based on the heat race. He needs to get through traffic.
And the 4 and the 14 will line up side by side. So.
Oh, interesting.
Hopefully they have extinguished their fireworks and we are just going to run.
Hopefully Cody Wild's right fist is healed. We saw him earlier get upset with the wall of his trailer after multiple incidents with the 4 of Edgar in the heat race. 35 laps, the scheduled distance. Thanks for joining us on a gorgeous night here at Delaware Speedway. White flag on the speedway here. It'll be Vanderwist Jr., Hudson Nagy on the front row. This might be Hudson's highest starting position in a feature race. I don't know the exact stats, but it's close. It's got to be. I don't think he's ever had the pole, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Vanderwist Jr.
I think Vanderwist Jr. is going to do a great job leading this pack. But the 77 of Lake has also had a really great car the last few times out here, too. I mean, the one of Culver and the Nagy machine, Carson Nagy, always are fast as well. So.
Interesting is Culver will start on the inside. It might be more interesting if he had to start on the outside, but he doesn't. Green flag. Racing with the super stocks. Out of turn 2 and down the back. Vanderwist and Hudson Nagy will drag race down the back. Herniak Jr. drops to 5th. Culver already up to 4th. Look at Hudson Nagy drive it in deep into corner number 3. Slides through corner number 4. He wants the lead, and he wants it right now. Herniak Jr. getting onslaughted by the rest of the field. Ramsey will get by him for 5th. Lake right up close to the 2 leaders. Lake needs to stay on the bottom groove because if you don't get there, Culver's going to sneak right in. And he almost did it right there. There's Carson Nagy, bottom right in that 93, trying to get through traffic. He's got Rickwood and Orr ahead of him. Top left, battle for the lead down the back. Ramsey's caught that lead foursome now in that Nick Ramsey 07. Hudson Nagy putting up a battle on the outside. Kate looking strong in that 36.
Hudson Nagy's doing a great job of wheeling that car around that top groove, and that catches in the lead. How long can he withstand that top groove as he washes up coming out of 2?
Oh, crossover!
But he's looking for the crossover.
Nagy to the inside. Vanderwist Jr. cannot protect. And the 7's going to hold on. Darrell Lake doing a great job of holding on to that bottom lane and not letting Culver go anywhere. That's the key. If you can hug that apron, Culver can't get to your inside. Culver's trying to get there now with Lake. Lake will try and outbreak him into the corner. Tries to come down, but Culver's there. Lake trying to squeeze him off. And Culver's at the door now. Hudson Nagy back to the inside. Vanderwist Jr. will keep the lead. Now Culver to the inside of Lake. Lake couldn't keep it wrapped on the inside. He'll get caught by Ramsey too in the 07. And Dyson's caught that lead group now. There's the nose of the 28 of Dyson.
Yeah, I think the 77 tags the outside wall there a little bit, coming out of 2. So I think we'll have a look at it here in a little bit.
No spotters in super stock, but if I was a spotter, there's a replay, bottom
here
right.
Here it comes right here. So the one of Culver gets to the inside of the 77 of Lake. Lake gets a little bit loose coming out and stays on the outside of Culver and just tags the back end of the back end of the car off the wall coming out of 2.
Culver gets by Nagy and immediately goes to the inside. Like, how are you not knowing to protect the inside if you're these leaders? You know that one car is going to go there. New leader, Trevor Culver. Like, they must not be able to run it that low because they're leaving that low lane open for the one car, and the one car's gone.
Yeah, Culver just seems to have that bottom groove hooked way closer to the bottom than most of these other cars, or he sets himself up by the way that he drives in. We talked about in the heat race how deep Culver drives into that corner, and I wonder if that's why he's able to turn the apex of that corner the way that he is.
Yeah, he does drive late into the corner before applying heavy brakes, that is for sure. The only one that was being able to keep him behind him was the 77 of Lake until Lake drifted up and Culver was there. Carson Nagy to the outside of the aforementioned Darrell Lake. Battle for 5th. Now Hudson Nagy looks to the inside of Vanderwist. There's the gap. There's the battle for 2nd.
Watch the 7 machine in the center of the corner. You see that back end start to step out. That machine is real loose. And to the inside goes Carson Nagy.
Hudson Nagy to the inside.
Sorry, Hudson Nagy.
Yeah, Ramsey tried to follow him through. Carson Nagy just behind that battle to the outside of Lake for position. But Culver's gone by 15 car lengths. Last time it was a 1.625 gap. Now it's 2 seconds. Like nobody's got anything for the one car.
There goes the 7 machines back end again.
Lake's around in front of Rickwood, and Rickwood stayed off him. Caution on the speedway, and the lead is gone for Trevor Culver.
I can't wait to actually see that back, because I wonder if the way that the 7 got loose, if everybody behind him started to check up, and unfortunately a car behind Lake may have tagged him. I'm not sure, but I am very interested to see that all back, because you saw the 7 machine get super loose.
Okay, let's go to the replay here. Kate, take us through it starting in turn 3.
So going into turn 3, Ramsey's to the inside. And Ramsey's still on the inside coming out of 4.
Does
and
Carson
here's where the...
No, the 77 got into the 07 and pushed Ramsey up into Vanderwist.
Yeah, and that's what ended up turning everything around. So yes, everybody started to get clogged up over in 3, and it just continued all the way around the track. So tough break for the 77.
And Darrell Lake into the infield to the attention of his pit crew here. Wow, it was more than just a spin apparently. 12 laps in the books, 23 to go here in this super stock feature. Well, now you got Hudson Nagy starting on the outside of Culver, and Hudson Nagy gave Vanderwist fits on the outside for the first 4 or 5 laps of this feature.
The other thing is that nobody is a lap down right now that's still on track, so why not go and just give things a quick check if you have time? So
white flag on the speedway.
White flags on the speedway, so they got to hurry up.
Jay Cox in the 00 returning to the track. And no real quick movement in that 77 pit.
77 cars rolling back out, so hopefully can make this field before they go green.
He's trying to get to pit road here. This is going to be very, very close. By the time he gets to pit road, he can't speed down pit road. Field is in turn number 3. But he won't be nailed for a lap. Not like in racing south of the border. He won't be called for a lap. He'll just rejoin the race after the field goes by. Green flag, we're racing again. See if Hudson Nagy has anything for the one car. Oh, they let Lake go. That is so weird. Lake's on the track. That is so weird. I thought they let the field go and then release him. Now he's in the middle of the field.
I have no answers for this one, Chris.
How's Trevor Culver? Oh, big wreck in turn number 1. And we stay green. They were wrecking all over each other, but they kept it going straight. And the field will work turns 3 and 4. I was going to ask you, how's Trevor Culver had to have a 0.6 second lead by lap 1? That car is on rails. Nobody's got anything for him.
Here's the replay. So the 7's in the mix of that. The 07 and the 36. Everybody washing up the track. They slid back a whole bunch of positions.
Hello, second place, Carson Nagy, who started the feature in 10th. First and second in the points. First and second on the track. Rickwood up to third. Dyson the fourth. And Lake is a lap down. I don't understand that re-entry for Darrell Lake at all, Kate. I don't understand how that worked.
Yeah, I have no answers for that.
So Culver will lead him out of turn 2.
All I know is that it did work in his favor.
The only problem is he's a lap down, but he is at pace with the lead group. They have the 77 on timing and scoring in 5th spot, but that's not accurate. Because he came into the pits, and coming into the pits, you're starting at the back of the field. So I'm not quite sure why he's being scored in 5th.
We'll have to wait to the end of the race and see what they end up doing. But nothing that we can fully anticipate at this point. So we'll just have to wait and see how they're going to end up doing that.
Culver leads Nagy by 1.46 seconds with 16 laps to go, still to come this time by. Trevor Culver, that car just dominant right now. Rickwood remains in third. Good run for the 83 of Brody Rickwood.
Yeah, the 83 just ran his fastest lap time that time by, and that vehicle is fast as well. I saw a lot of Rickwood t-shirts come in when we were still downstairs before the night even started watching practice, so I'm sure he's putting a show on for his fans here in the stands.
Here's the leader, Trevor Culver in the 1. Contact on the back between Vanderwish Jr. and Orr. And they'll let a couple of cars go by. That clogged up area through turns 3 and 4. There's 7 cars there. About a half a lap behind the leader. There's the gap between first and second. Culver to Carson Nagy. And Rickwood in the black car. .13 to go. All Trevor Culver. .609 was the gap last time by. We'll check it at the line here. 1.752. So Culver is extending. Interesting variable that could play out here is the fact that he's a straightaway behind a 4 or 5 car battle for position with 11 laps to go. Make it like a 6-car battle.
Yeah, I think he'll take the 8 of Kleikendahl, but the Kleikendahl machine is washing all over the track right in front of the leader. The leader just wants by that right away.
10 laps to go for the leader, than 1 of Culver. And lots of traffic ahead of the leader here, but a straightaway ahead. Will he get there? He can't let off the gas because Nagy and Rickwood will reel him in. It's Edgar Thompson, Vanderwish Jr., and the 7 car is really faded after starting the race in the pole position. Herniak's in there, Orr is in there, Cody Wilds is in there as well. And now they're about 3/4 of a straightaway ahead of the leader. Culver might not catch them. 7 to go this time by. At the line, 7 to go. And he'll dive into turn number 1. That one just wraps around that lower apron area. He's able to stay in the gas, stay off the brake longer in the corners, in the corner entries of turns 1 and 3. Such an advantage over the rest of the field, can get inside a car. And if a car gets off the lower apron just a bit, the one car is there to pounce, because the one car is wrapping itself around that lower apron. Trevor's got that car handling beautifully. 5 to go this time by, and a half a straightaway behind all those cars now. He might catch him. The good news is Edgar's all by himself, so that's a single car pass. After that, there's 3 or 4 calls all to get cars all together. There you see Edgar left of your screen, and then some more cars ahead of him. 4 to go. The gap sticking around 1.9 seconds and change. Culver's coming up on Edgar. Where is he going to catch him? On the straightaway or in the corner? Looks like he might catch him in the corner. No, maybe turn 3. Oh, it's 1.52 seconds. He lost 4/10 of a second there to Nagy. He maybe doesn't want to negotiate traffic here. 2.5 laps to go. Does he want to pass Edgar? We'll see what happens here with 2 to go. A mile to go for the one of Trevor Culver. The difference in the lead. Oh, caution on the speedway! Oh my goodness, she's not over yet. As we got, I don't know where the caution is. Kate, do you see anything I might have missed?
I'm wondering if the 8 of Kleikendahl just didn't get off the corner very well, but I think they're throwing the caution for the 8.
All right, so officially 3 laps to go. And I think we were talking about that scenario earlier. They did take the 2 laps to go sign, but the whole field didn't complete that lap. So they'll go back to 3 laps to go.
Yeah,
so
we're going to have 3 laps to go. Carson Nagy is going to have to try and match what Culver's got. And then on top of that, Rickwood's in the mix, and he's had a great run today.
Yeah, and there's no traffic to contend with. They'll have a clear racetrack ahead of them.
So we're going to see the replay here. So he's around, and it's in turn 2. He goes around. They have to throw the yellow. The leader's coming through that corner. So good on the 8 of Kleikendahl to get rolling as fast as possible, but we have a 3-lap shootout.
Yep, Rickwood back in it, Dyson back in it in the 28.
I think just the way that the one machine rolls off that corner on the inside definitely should be taking the inside. Make Carson Nagy do some work on the outside. Interesting to see if the 83 will be able to move up his position here or not going forward. So we'll have to see what all comes of this and how this double up is going to happen. We've got 3 laps to go with the Super Stock.
Yeah, I'm in a total confused mind here of the 77's placing in this race. So he went into the pits under caution, went into the infield, got work done, came back out. The field was coming to the green. He was at the end of pit road. They allowed him to re-enter the race as the field was coming in under green into turn 1. He re-entered the field halfway through the pack, and he's registered as 5th on timing and scoring. If you come into the pits, Kate, you go to the back of the field on the restart. You don't get your position back.
So that's just on timing and scoring on our race monitor. But
no, but he's actually 5th on the track too, though, Kate.
Well, we're going to see what they're going to do here. It looks like they're moving cars ahead of them already.
I'm on that Pacific Standard Time. I kind of get ahead of myself. But
the other thing is that timing and scoring on race monitor is going to go off of the actual the 77's being moved to the back right now, but the the timing and scoring is going to go off of their transponders on track. So yes, his transponder on track was registering him as 5th because that's where he was crossing the line. But we also have other officials that are scoring in the booth up top, and they're going to move cars accordingly, as well as the race director.
And
so
race
yes,
monitor was still registering him in 5th because
he has a transponder.
Yeah, the transponder was still registering him in 5th because the race monitor does not register caution laps. So when it went back to green, he was in that pack in the 5th position, and the timing and scoring online registered him in the 5th spot because he hadn't had any less laps completed.
Yeah, so
that makes sense.
I'm wondering, they probably tried to hold him and maybe just entered too early because they have moved the 77 machine back to the back of the pack. That is going to be a discussion with the 77 and race control at the end of the race. But needless to say, the 77 has been moved to the back of the pack. We are doubling up. There's 3 laps to go. I'm interested to see if Carson Nagy has anything for that one machine. Trevor Culver is on rails tonight.
All right, so here we go. 3 laps to go. It's Culver in the 1. Carson Nagy in the 93. Your front 2 in points. The front 2 on the track. Rickwood and Dyson, row number 2. Ramsey and Hudson Nagy, row number 3. 3 laps to go when we take green here, as the pace vehicle will drop down on the pit road. And here we go. Okay. Culver will restart the race as the control car. Oh, what a start by Nagy! And Carson Nagy there as well. But Culver likes that inside line. And Nagy gets loose, and Culver's away.
The 83 of Rookwood also got a good run on the inside. Don't count out that 93.
Oh,
they're
look
wrecking,
out
they're
here. We
wrecking
got a big
everywhere.
wreck in turn number 3 as Carson Nagy ran into Culver. So she's not over yet. Or is around in turns 3 and 4. We had a big wreck, but only 1 remaining vehicle. Actually, Vanderwist is on the pit road in turn number 4, and he's out of commission with heavy damage on the front of that 7. Wow, did Carson Nagy ever give the one at Culver a shot? Here we go, Kate.
So the field enters back into turns 3 and 4.
Oh, Orr's around.
Orr goes around by himself. And the 77 of Lake gives a hard shove there to the 7 of Vanderwist. So that's used up the front of Vanderwist Jr.'s machine. I think that's going to be a night for the 7.
Yeah, absolutely. Heavy damage on that 7 of Vanderwist Jr. All right, here we go again.
Also kind of take a look here.
Here's the 93 on the 1 car. Watch this. He's going right after the bump and run here. Gives him a pretty good shot, but he gets loose as well. And all the carnage happening behind him. We still have 3 laps to go. Carson Nagy is not afraid to mix it up at the front of this field. He will not let Culver win this one, hands down. Vanderwist back into his pit.
And
along pit
Orr
road.
Is back on track at the end of this field.
Okay. Looks like we're almost set to go here for a double up call. I don't think the 7's coming back.
Yeah, by the time the replay got to it, the 7's already around.
So we're getting set with 3 laps to go here to wrap up this super stock race. Trevor Culver's your leader, Carson Nagy, Rickwood, Dyson, Ramsey your top 5, Hudson Nagy, Cox, Wilds, Herniak Jr., Lonnie Thompson your top 10, and Edgar Lake Kuykendall, the 5 of Menzie, and the 57 of Orr, white flag on the speedway.
I think Menzie's a few laps down, so.
They'll double up here at the line and expecting a restart next time by. What is the 93 half for the 1? They came into tonight separated by 3 points. Culver leading the point standings. He gained at least a couple in the heat race. And Nagy trying to get these points back. Culver's already got a point for leading a lap. in this race. And I think he's got another point for the majority of laps led. Here they come to settle it out of turn 4. And they both get a pretty good start. Is Nagy going to try a crossover? Nagy's going to try the crossover here, but he got hooked from behind as Dyson kind of got him off kilter, and Rickwood would take advantage. Not what Carson Nagy was planning on, as Dyson played a variable there. And Rickwood up to second. 2 to go. What's Brody Rickwood half for the leader? They'll come off turn 2 and down the back. Ramsey up to third now. The Nagy boys in 4th and 5th. Coming around for the white flag. Half a mile to go for the leader, the new dad, the one of Trevor Culver. Down the back another time. You're 3 wide for 4th with the Nagy boys and Dyson. Out of turn 4, checker flag in the air for the one of Trevor Culver. He'll win it. Followed by Rickwood and Ramsey, your top 3. Carson Nagy, Hudson Nagy, and Dyson, your top 6. Then Cox, Wilds, Lake, Thompson, and Herniak. And Orr, look out in the back stretch. Orr is going to run into Cox in the back stretch here. Under Cox. Now Cox will stop and Orr forced to the inside. Now they're going to collect each other right behind Tech Garage.
Yeah.
As Culver continues to come around, there you see what's going on.
Orr's now in the inside wall.
Wow, that week off for the monster trucks really heated these boys up.
Well, we haven't seen super stocks for a few weeks. They were off before the monster trucks, so we haven't seen them for a couple weeks, and I think everybody was itching to get back on this track.
So we're going to go trackside momentarily to Trevor Culver. And we'll hear from Trevor momentarily for his patented 4-minute and 28-second interview with all the sponsors. But there's going to be definitely some shout-outs to the new member of the family, which there should be. So Trevor Culver wins the Super Stock feature. Late model still to come, 35 laps for them as well. And don't forget to hop over to DelawareSpeedway.com. Some great stuff still to come on the schedule for this season for sure. The Civic Holiday weekend, next weekend, we'll be back on the air with you August the 1st, the Friday night. The Ontario Outlaw Super Late Model is in the house. Super Stocks and Mini Stock Invitational next Friday night. Fan Appreciation Night, August the 8th, with the late models, V8 stocks, and bone stocks, as Trevor looks to get out of that number 1 car. You got the NASCAR Canada Series coming up on September the 13th, Championship Night, September the 19th. There is Culver, winner of the Super Stock feature. And there's Mrs. Culver and the new addition to the family. And we're going to send it momentarily down to trackside to Jordan Maudsley right now.
You made that one look easy. Take me through your night.
No, that wasn't easy by any means. There's a lot of other good race cars on the track there, and we finished second last time we were out here, and it was an awesome race with Carson and I, a lot of good side-by-side battling, but I hate losing. So we went to work over these last 3 or 4 weeks. Also a little bit busy. My wife delivered our first baby girl. Katie, she's here with us in Victory Lane. So that's pretty cool. There's been a lot going on, but I've got so many supporters between sponsors and family and friends and crew members that do anything they possibly can to help us have fun and win races. So I can't thank them enough. I'm going to try and thank them here. Also, last weekend was the Jared Dockstader Memorial at Grand Bend Speedway. So we weren't racing in that, but it was close to that. So I'd like to give Jared a shout out up in heaven, thinking of you, buddy. And everyone that helps get this car to the track. So my wife, has been an absolute amazing partner here over the last 3 weeks with our little girl. Can't thank her enough for everything she does for our family. And then I got to thank my parents. I got to thank my crew, Alan Gold, Mason Culver, Tanner Peary, my mom, Sue Jones. I got to thank everyone that helps get to the racetrack, the sponsors on the side of this beautiful #1 machine. Inventory Express Lubricants, Carter Trucking, Hodges Custom Service, MGV Concrete, DK Equipment, Wilds Printing, Goris Rentals. For Pizza's Sake, if you want to bite on the way home, they're the best spot to eat. For Pizza's Sake in Ilderton. Got to thank J.O. Hand Livestock, Fix Auto London Northwest, Melrose Garage, Culver Towing, G&L Automotive, Outback Tire Shack, Mark Kennedy Trucking, Quadro Communications. This car was just as fast as Quadro Communications fiber optics internet. Got to thank them again for being on board. Got to thank Dave Culver Auto Care, Hallmark Memorials, Novus Glass, London Northwest, Fix Auto, Lux Homes, and Ahmed Wakas. I got to thank Ali Hassan and FC Funding. McCall Racing Enterprises, they're a big reason why we get here to Victory Lane. Can't thank McCall enough for their efforts they put in this race car. And I think I got most of them. Big thanks to you fans for coming out. Thanks, guys.
And time. Another win down.
And time, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. Last time we had an interview that long was back in the Reagan administration. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
Bring on the best.
The anticipation is building here.
2 weeks.
Are you kidding me?
2 cities.
Oh, perfect. An enthusiastic sellout crowd.
One incredible tournament.
That's going to get the crowd on their feet.
Canada's premier tennis event.
There's your highlight reel right there.
Our home court advantage. The National Bank Open, presented by Rogers, begins July 27th on Sportsnet.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. And there you see the finishing touches on the celebration for the one team. Trevor Culver for the one Superstock, a dominating night.
Yeah, dominated at the beginning of the race, was able to get to the front using that inside groove as per usual. Has that thing hooked up down there. Somebody else has definitely got to figure out how to get it hooked up down there as Trevor Culver, because that machine just runs so smoothly on the inside.
Yep. Tee us up for the late model feature here.
I'm interested to see what these late models are going to bring. It looks like Paul Major and Ray Marneau are going to be on the front row. So Ray's kind of been struggling with that car this year so far. Hasn't had the finishes that he's wants.
It's funny because you see Culver's car going in reverse around the track because he comes back to the start-finish line for the victory lane in reverse order.
Maybe he's just giving everybody the thumbs up on the way back.
He's actually going to go all the way around to the backstretch entrance.
Oh, he's going to meet them. Maybe he'll meet them again.
Getting set for the late model feature to wrap things up on a gorgeous Friday night here at the half mile in Delaware. 35 laps the scheduled distance.
I also just want to say the 32 of Matt Robley is going to be on that second row. And we were talking about it. He's had such a fast race car, but it was a little bit more of the patience that we had to work through. but starting on that second row should give him a good spot to be near the front of that field at the beginning. So he's just got to stay there because the 52 is not too far back, just about a row, and that 52 machine we know is super fast. So the 32's got a fast race car and has for a few weeks, but the 52 is going to be starting right on his bumper as well. So that inside line is stacked up to be fast, but these are the late models, and it seems like this whole field is stacked up to be fast. The 52, I'm interested to see if anybody can touch him this race, though.
Once again, kicking off your Civic Holiday weekend as the white flag is displayed. Next week we'll be with you here at the half mile. Plenty of action kicking off on Rogers TV at 7:30. All right, getting set. Late model 35-lap feature set to go here at Delaware Speedway. It's a Major on the inside, Morneau on the outside. Robley and Logan White in row number 2. The points leader, Jake Sheridan, along with Jesse Kennedy in row number 3. They'll mash the gas. Out of turn 4 they go. Green flag, we're racing with the late models. In through turn 1, up the hill in turn 2. There's one on the 0-3 trying to get the edge. Major will fight back. White is falling back to 4th. Oh, Robley with a torpedo move on the outside to draw even with Major. And Robley's trying to come to the front. And Matt Robley, shot out of a cannon, will get the second spot by lap number 2. They'll fly down the back. Go ahead, Kate.
Look no further. There's the 52 of Jake Sheridan. Followed Robley from behind Major, up and around, and looking to the inside of the 32 early.
Sheridan runs this track like Culver runs the super stock track. He looks for an opening on the inside, and he'll put his nose there for sure. Robley trying to protect. Sheridan trying to get in there. And drifts Robley to the high side. And Sheridan wants to come to the front now. And will get second spot. Robley falls to 3rd. Then it's Brady Smith, Paul Major, Chapman, Schrenk, White, Kennedy, Arts, your top 10. Jesse Kennedy struggling at the back. Sheridan trying to track down the leader. Ray would be smart to try and hug that apron as much as he can, but he does like to drift up on corner exits to carry speed. And Sheridan knows it, and Sheridan trying to stick that nose. That 52 just sticks there, Kate. Sticks on corner exit.
Yeah, the 3's getting a good run out of 1 and 2, but the 52 just drives in a little bit deeper into 3 and 4 and gets a good run out of 3 and 4. So we talk about it all the time. This track is an egg shape, and that does make a difference. Sometimes the car's just hooked up in one corner better than the other.
Good opportunity for the 32 of Robley. Morneau trapped on the outside. Matt trying to get in there on that rear deck lid of the 52. They'll drag race over the stripe into turn 1, and Morneau's still fighting. Sheridan slips up, and Robley's right there to pounce. Put a blanket over him, and all 3 together. Robley will break early. Sheridan drifts up the track a little bit. He'll grab the lead. New leader, the 52 of Jake Sheridan. Can Robley get the second? Robley to the inside. And the 32 of Matt Robley trying to get that second spot. And he will. He'll clear Morneau. Brady Smith remains in the 4th spot. Paul Major running all by himself in 5th. Sheridan trying to get away now. The battle's for the 3rd spot. The 0-3 Morneau, the 53 of Brady Smith. Robley trying to stay in the trolley tracks of the 52. Second generation drivers at the front of this field. I remember when it was Ron Sheridan trying to race against Steve Robley. Now we got the kids at the front of the field here on a Friday night at Delaware.
And interesting when we look at some of these lap times, Chris, the closest one to being competitive lap time wise with Jake Sheridan is actually Jesse Kennedy as well as Matt Robley. They've got the closest next times to him, but Jesse Kennedy's stuck in traffic.
Brady Smith to the inside, and Morneau for third. And side by side behind them as well. Oh, Smith got loose. Here comes Marshall Schrank. They're all clogged up from third on back. Schrank to the inside is Smith. Here's the nose of Kennedy in the 10 car. And more contact. Major drifts up high. Kennedy will grab a spot. Schrank still there. Jesse Kennedy wants to go and wants to go right now, and Schrank can feel it. And Schrank will get to the inside of Smith. Here comes Jesse. He'll get to the door of the 53 and try and grab another spot. Schrank and Kennedy up to 4th and 5th. Sheridan and Robley have gotten away from the rest of the field. Robley still remaining under 3/4 of a second behind Sheridan. No traffic for Jake to worry about. Lloyd Rawlings is half a lap ahead of him in that final running order spot. Morneau third, Schrank fourth. Jesse Kennedy's come up to 5th now. 20 to go. Sorry, 19, my apologies. Slowly but surely, Sheridan is slipping away from Robley. There you see them. If not for the 52, that 32 would be the class of the field. That 32's been strong for 5 weeks, Kate.
Yeah, the 32's been a great car for week after week, and showing that it's got the speed to run closer to the 52 than anybody else right now. The 22 and the 10, though, are catching the 03 of Morneau. So Schrank and Kennedy definitely running lap for lap. Similar times to the front two, so I'm interested to see if they don't play too much together, if they're going to have anything to track them down, or if they're going to have to see a caution flag to do so.
Kennedy to the inside of Schrank for 4th. There's the leader, top left. Battle for 4th, bottom right. And battle for 3rd, actually, with Ray Morneau just ahead of the 10 car of Kennedy. The 22 is Schrank in 5th. That lead pair, now it's just almost a second now advantage for Jake Sheridan. It is over a second. Sheridan has extended over the last half a mile the lead over Matt Robley. And the leaders come around to complete another lap. 14 to go. Now Kennedy all over the rear deck lid of Morneau for 3rd. Jesse Kennedy, a fast car, as Kate documented a few laps back, and Kennedy now to the inside of Morneau. Jesse's got to go, and he's got to go now. Winner at the Jared Dockstader Memorial last weekend in Grand Bend. The 10 car trying to double up here a week later.
Yeah, that 03 machine looks like it is getting looser and looser as this race continues.
Now let's see
going away from the 03.
Now let's see what the 10 has. Clear track ahead of Kennedy, 12 to go this time by. Differential, leader to Kennedy, 4.25 seconds. It's about just under a straightaway if you're looking at the racetrack. Battle for 4th now, Schrank to the inside of Morneau. We'll check the differential this time by. It's 4.16 seconds. So Kennedy slowly but surely cutting into that lead, but is there enough time? Might need a caution. 4.164 last time by. We'll check Jesse this time.
The differential between Sheridan and Robley is shrinking as well.
Absolutely, and Kennedy now 4.04 seconds behind the leader. Morneau into the trenches now of Brady Smith for 5th. Inside 10 laps to go, 9 to go. It was a second at the front of the field. Now it's 0.682 Sheridan to Robley. Oh, Kennedy's off the pace. Off turn number 2. Jesse Kennedy may be blowing up here in the 10 car. He'll drop into the pit lane here in turn number 3. Oh my goodness. Left side tires look good. We'll check the right side if we stay with him here. He might be out of power, Kate. Right side tires look good. That 10 car might have lost power.
Yeah, all of a sudden the 10 car just quit. Unfortunately, Jesse Kennedy is having such a great run. Was running some great lap times. Unfortunately, they always say the car runs the fastest before it goes boom, though. And I'm hoping that for the 10 machine, it's something electronic and it is not an engine. I don't see oil anywhere. So I'm thinking it might be something electronical.
Yeah, the pit member leaning in the passenger window here, looking at the dash and the controls. Leaders coming out of turn number 4, 5 to go. Schrank all by himself in third. Big battle for fourth. Morneau, Smith, and the 13 of Chapman. Nose to tail, leaders top left. Coming up on Rawlings, a half a straightaway ahead of him. And still into the 10 pit, bottom right.
Helmet's off, so I'm assuming that the 10 is done for the night.
Leaders,
tough break for the 10. They had a great run.
Leaders into turn number 3. 3 to go this time by for the leader, the 52, Jake Sheridan. Battle for fourth, bottom right. Morneau, Smith, and the nose of Chapman right there. They'll come across the stripe. 2.5 laps to go for the leaders. The leaders are over a straightaway ahead of the third place 22 of Marshall Schrank. 2 laps to go this time by for the 52 of Sheridan. Robbie having a fantastic race as well.
Robley keeps closing that gap a little bit at a time, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But somebody's throwing sparks down the front stretch and hits the turn 2 wall. Something went catastrophically wrong on the 53 machine. Sparks all down the front stretch and then into the turn 1 wall.
Brady Smith, pretty good impact there on the outside wall in turn number 2. And we got, I believe, what I'm hearing is a couple of possible angles we may have for you. Officially 2 laps to go. Let's check replay number 1. This is coming at the stripe. Oh, right there, broke something.
Yeah, something in the front right.
He slowed that down enough, though. That could have been a lot more impactful. Here comes Brady right at you. And he slowed that down quite substantially.
Yeah,
he was coming at full speed when that broke or the sparks started flying.
Yeah, good job by the 53 of Brady Smith, able to back that down. Window nets down, drivers out. That's all good news.
So 2 laps officially to go here. Another opportunity for Robley. How important is that failure on the 10 car now? Because there's the caution that Jesse needed. All to no avail.
But also the 32's running fast too. So is the 22. I don't know if this might have even helped Robley.
Here's another look, and I got a comment on that might be interesting as well. Another look on this latest caution. Look at the Rogers work going on here.
Oh yeah, something broke. I'm gonna say
axle.
I might even go with a control arm or a tie rod.
Yeah, or a control arm or spring. The wheel went immediately into the cavity, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say something steering related, but that might even be a control arm.
Here's another one, a little wider. Watch the right tire on the sparks, goes immediately into the cavity. Look at that. He's lost total control there. The only control he has is the brakes. And he uses it. Sparks flying underneath the car. Wow, look at that. And Brady's able to slow it down, locks up the left front just before impact. And the window net came down. He's okay, which is good news. Here's the interesting part of this restart. Jake Sheridan likes to start on the outside. You want to give Matt Robley, who's been with you at speed the last 10 to 15 laps, you want to give him the inside here on the restart. If he's at your door, if Matt Robley's at your door, look out. That's all I'm going to say. Jake Sheridan, as we know over the last few weeks that we've seen him race, likes to restart on the outside, Kate.
But there's only 2 to go, so do you give that inside or do you take what you're comfortable with?
That's the discussion probably on the radio right now.
And I'm sure that the crew is going to say, you got to do what's going to work for you. So in the end, I think this is going to be a driver decision.
I don't know, man. If there was more laps left, maybe I would start on the outside, but you make a good point. There's a mile to go when we restart. You want to get the lead, and you want to get it quick. So maybe you start on the inside. Interesting.
All depends on how he feels he's going to drive out of 4.
Absolutely. We'll settle that argument on the other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febry. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. 2 laps to go in a late model feature. We're under caution, and here is why.
You're going to watch the 53 machine here coming across the start-finish line and just breaks in the suspension and right into the turn 1 wall. Was able to back it down enough. Drivers out of the car and seems to be okay out on their own power. They are towing.
Yeah, Brady's actually getting
machine.
the ride too in the cockpit, but he is good to go. The window net came down pretty much right away. He did a great job of slowing that car up as he crossed the start-finish line. There was damage on the right front, but it could have been a lot worse. Let's reset the field for you. The dominant car, the 52 of Jake Sheridan out front. The second most dominant car, the 32 of Matt Robley, who's been sticking with the 52 as best he can in second. Marshall Schrank up to third. Ray Morneau, who started on the pole, sits fourth. Then it's Jaden Chapman, Paul Major. My apologies, Paul Major was on the pole. Morneau started outside row 1. Major's in 7th, Arts is in 8th, Logan White is in 9th, Rawlings is in 10th. Jesse Kennedy retired from the race. I think electrical issues, was one of the fastest cars on the track at the time of his problems. So white flag set to be displayed next time by.
And I think Sheridan's looking to the, I don't know.
Well, we'll find out.
He went high, and then I was like, oh, is he going to the outside?
They don't double up until the white. So we're going to find out. White's displayed right now.
Outside.
He's going to the outside. He's going to the outside here. And gives the 32 of Matt Robley the inside. Can Robley fire off as fast as the 52 and be at least at the door of the 52 into turn 1? That's the key.
I'm also wondering, though, if he's going to try and pinch the 32 down a little bit further than the 32 likes to go to get the drive off.
That's true, too. We'll find out. It's Sheridan, Robley up front, Morneau and Schrank, row number 2. Here we go. Out of turn number 4, 1 mile to go, late model feature. Robley's right there. Here we go. Dead heat into turn number 1. Sheridan up high, Robley down low, Sheridan with the run, Robley trying to stay there, and the 52 just is too strong on corner exit, and Jake will grab the lead by corner 3. White flag this time by. He stayed with his guns and stayed on the outside where he knows he's good. Robley in the second, Schrank up to third now, trying to pressure the 32 of Robley. Morneau to fourth. Oh, look out! Major went up the wall at turn number 2, and caution on the speedway. We're not done yet. Paul Major almost hit the outside advertisement reinforcement boards. Coming out of turn number 2, you can see the marks in front of the home hardware sign, if we ever get a shot of that. But look at the marks on the right side of the 14. He went on 2 wheels. There you see the marks. He went sky high in turn number 2, and we have a caution.
Good on the 14 for still being rolling.
Wow.
I mean, it looks a little bit like a rough ride right now, but I'm sure going up the wall was a lot rougher.
So I think officially 1 lap to go. And now 14 will come into the pits. Oh, do we have this? Oh, we have this. Watch this. Oh, Art's got a little loose. Oh, look at this. Right up the wall.
Wow.
And quickly off the wall. I think Johnny Art's got a little loose, Kate. Kind of forcing the 14 up high.
Or didn't realize that the 14 was fully there and just washed up on his normal exit. But I would be very, very surprised if there's not a few things bent on that 14 with riding that wall.
Let's check out another replay here. Through turn 1, Kate.
Yeah, so the 14's on the outside.
Oh, yeah, the 30 was sawed on the wheel.
The 30 comes up the track. The 14 ran out of track and decided that it had nowhere else to go other than up that wall.
And good job by the wall here, Delaware Speedway, to keep the 14 inside the boundary. Oh, and look at Ellie, he's coming back out. That's a tough late model right there. And you know who's watching that scenario very closely is Ryan Dyson, who's going to hop in the back in the cockpit of that 14 in a couple of weeks. He's a super stock driver. He's going to drive the 14 late model in a couple of weeks' time, and he was watching that intensely. White flag on the speedway. Another opportunity for Matt Robbie. Did he learn anything on that last restart, Kate? Because that 52 is strong on corner exit at turn 2.
Yeah, I also
last restart really quick here.
So it looks like Matt thinks that Sheridan's gonna go, so Robley kind of went to go. It wasn't the prettiest of restarts I've ever seen, so let's hope that this one looks a little bit prettier and maybe
Robbie's
can
gonna
be
wait a little
judged
bit here. He's
bit.
ahead of Jake. Oh, and Jake caught him. Oh, and Morneau might catch Robley as well. Morneau or Sheridan caught Robbie. Robbie was a half a car length ahead of Jake and knew he had to wait for the 52, and the 52 just waited there until it was time to go and caught the 32 flat-footed. And checkered flag in the air for the 52 of Jake Sheridan. It was a 1-lap sprint, and the 52 will win it, followed by Robley and Schrenk, Morneau, and Johnny Archer, top 5, and then Chapman, Logan White, Rawlings, and Paul Major. Your top 9. Brady Smith, Jesse Kennedy not finishing.
The 52 just had some unreal restarts, really knows how to play with them in order to make it work to his advantage.
So Jake Sheridan, fresh off a visit out east in Nova Scotia, wins the late model feature here tonight. And we'll hear from Jake. Actually, we heard from Jake earlier tonight with our very own Jeremy McGrady, and we'll hear from him again in Victory Lane after that late model feature race win. Don't forget, we're back with you next Friday night, 7:30 start time here on Rogers TV for another great card to kick off your Civic holiday weekend as Jake unbuckles himself. And good run by Matt Robley. That 32 continues to be strong, Kate. Just one position short tonight.
Yeah, Robley's been running amazing lap times and doing a great job.
So Jake getting himself set to exit the 52 as the crew checking tire temps, always taking stats down and numbers down to see what the car produced. And there he is, out of the car. Jake Sheridan, your late model feature race winner. And I think we'll take it down trackside.
Another one, an excellent run there. They made you work for it at the end. Take me through your night.
Yeah, it's always exciting to run some 35-lap features at Delaware Speedway, and those couple of restarts at the end always make it exciting. And I thought we were really good, and I think we just had a little tire grow a little bit there, and we got looser and looser and looser. And you know, it's great to race against a great competitor like you know, the Robley family, and Matt. It's awesome to do that. So pretty cool for Sheridan and Robley to be up there, and this time Sheridan P1's pretty cool.
Who do you want to thank down here?
Really got to thank all these guys. You know, I wouldn't be anything, I've done this year without all my help, and my little brother Nicky, and everyone here, my dad, Mike Verboom, Jeremy Noon coming out in the Delaware Knights to help us out, and everybody in this McCall racing car was dialed in again. Obviously, it's been pretty good solid here, and I can't thank Paul and Joe and Mike McCall enough. So really thankful for Raptor Filters, Pride Seeds, Rapid Farms, Collins Construction, and Reynolds Trucking. Those guys have been with me for a long time, and surrounded by great people, and I wouldn't be anything without them. So can't thank them enough. And getting one here at home on a 35-lap feature, it just feels right, feels like old times, and thankful to be here.
Jake Sheridan wraps up another good one down here, Victory Lane in the 52.
Jake Sheridan, your late model feature race winner. We'll wrap things up next. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Just checking in with Chris. Are we going downstairs to Jeremy? Do we still have him? Let's go downstairs to Jeremy McGrady.
Nope. Thanks so much, Chris and Kate. Yeah, another great night of racing here at Delaware Speedway. First off, hats off to the crew for being able to get this track back up and running after the monster trucks were here last week. A great night of racing as always. Again, congratulations to Paul Major on his first career heat race win. And then of course, Trevor Culver winning a feature race there in the super stocks. And then obviously Jake Sheridan once again able to show his skill set here in the pro late models. Another great night of racing. We'll be back again here next Friday. I'll send it back up to you guys for your final thoughts for more.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Final thoughts, Kate Friel?
Well, I think that it was a great night of racing. He mentioned who won the races, but who finished second was also very interesting tonight. In the super stocks especially, Rick Wood able to pull off a second place, as well as Matt Robley in the late models.
Absolutely. As Jeremy mentioned, we're back with you next Friday night, 7:30 start time to kick off your Civic Holiday weekend. We hope we'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. For everybody here at Rogers, thanks for watching. It's been Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented proudly by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Good night.
That dive. Don't underestimate the sweater vests. Clubs on the outside here. We haven't even really made our way fully into the ring here yet. Is Chili Brown up to the ring apron, but doesn't look like he's going to stay there long.
No, Chili Brown diving. Chili Brown also getting KPK.
Rolling through and taking out.
Now I'm not sure this
men.
match has even begun yet. Like you mentioned, nobody's really entered the ring, and here we go. Brian White looks to be starting this one off.
Chili Brown throwing his opponent in, not giving them a chance to catch their breath.
And there's our bell.
It looks like Chili going to start off against Ahmed.
Action underway here. Brown with a huge forearm to Ahmed.
Gonna add some stank on it. Look out, tag in to Brian White, the honorable one in. Quick tags for the sweater vests.
Team Sweater Vest working in unison. I know it's not official, but I can't not say Team Sweater Vest.
Yeah, you got to hope those sweater vests are breathable as well. I mean, you know, Brian White and Chili Brown not used to performing and, you know. Oh, huge backdrop, though. Looks like he's doing just fine.
Doesn't seem to be affecting the honorable one at all. White with a
huge drop kick into the corner.
Full head of steam into that drop kick. Ahmed on Dream Street, but right
Able
back
to
on the
reverse
offensive.
The Irish whip, but no, look out, nobody home. Brian White off the ropes, huge clothesline. And Ahmed is down, center of the ring.
KPK haven't been able to find their footing yet in this match. You have to imagine they had quite the pep talk from Vikram Prasher before this match began.
Absolutely. And you never know, Prasher may not be far. However, it seems KPK seems to help Prasher a lot more than he helps them, if you've noticed.
Very good point. And one of them pays the bills.
Great tag team move there as Grayson getting the better of KPK in the corner. Ahmed is not doing well here. We've had several tags on Team Sweater Vest, as you mentioned. I see the sweater vest has been shed by Chili Brown.
Now an honorary member.
If I had abs like that, I would too, though.
That's true. One can only dream.
Oh, look at this. Referee on the other side.
Oh, there's that.
Thought something was going on.
The tactics that were taught by Prasher coming into full effect there for KPK. Now a boo coming into this match.
Hammering on that lower back of Brian White.
White been in this match for a while now. Needs to find a tag himself.
Two.
He can
two count.
Kick out of that pin first, of course.
Look out, a boo now, putting the boots to Brian White. As you mentioned, Brian White in a bit of trouble here. However, if you know anything about Brian White, when you think it's over, it ain't over for him yet.
Exactly. White able to get to that gear that only certain people have, able to keep fighting and fighting and fighting.
Oh, that stops now in the corner here, of course. As Haroon talks and distracts the referee.
Exactly. There isn't a corner that KPK won't cut. And they use it to their full effectiveness.
You can see here. No, look out.
But White fighting. White, the fight never stops.
Look out. Drops him with a cutter.
Huge cutter on Ahmed. White crawling to his corner. Can he make it?
Look at the tag in Michael Grayson.
Here we go. The king of the sweater vest coming in with a full head of steam.
Look at that, double elbows knocking Abu up the side. Bye-bye, he says.
Thanks for coming, Abu.
Think about Grayson, he always looks a little surprised that he's able to pull off some of these offensive moves.
Absolutely. Incredible offense always by Grayson.
Grayson with the elbow and a boot for Ahmed going up top.
Grayson firing up here. The books half of books and looks looking for a high-risk maneuver.
Double neck breaker. Over the top and 1, 2. 2 count. Ahmed, who took a lot of punishment at the beginning of this match, is back in there and just about got the 3 count on him.
Michael Grayson, he's saying he was this close, and he sure was. But now Ahmed back in control.
Oh, reversal from Michael Grayson, double reversal.
If you notice, while Ahmed does this, he's constantly trying to put himself in between Michael Grayson and his corner. Very smart wrestling.
Absolutely, roll through, 2 count again. Oh. And they're in the ring once again, distracting the referee.
And if you notice there, Abu laying in wait with a super kick to Michael Grayson.
1, 2. That was so sneaky, I didn't even catch it, Keith.
That's KPK in a nutshell.
As shots to the midsection now is once again containing their opponent in the corner. Haroon going to make his way into this matchup. Probably the freshest man of the match.
Absolutely. I was just thinking to myself, I think this is Haroon's first time in. Definitely fresh, looking to inflict punishment on Michael Grayson.
Not the first action he's seen, as they've been very active in their corner, but now actually a legal man in the ring here. And
exactly, might be a little bit of a uncomfortable situation being the legal man in there. Not just trying to bend the rules, exactly like KPK is doing now, but getting caught. KPK needs to be careful. Disqualifications are effective in this match.
Absolutely. Rules are taken seriously here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Oh! Huge impact there on Michael Grayson. Scooped up now by Ahmed. Dropped down, and I believe a tag was made there. Yes, Abu.
Making his way into the ring with force, going for the cover.
Two count on Grayson.
Still fight left in Michael Grayson.
Wants to make sure everyone knows that was just 2.
We're still in this. The sweater vest lives. But for how long, KPK?
They've got their rotation now. I mean, the tags are just one after another for KPK.
Just dissecting Michael Grayson in their corner. Unbelievable game plan by KPK.
Oh, kick right between the shoulder blades.
A stiff kick.
1, 2. Getting that shoulder up once again.
Michael Grayson getting it up, but you can see the pain on his face, just wincing as he kicks out.
And credit to Haroon, right back to that arm. Oh!
And now that's just unnecessary, taunting Team Sweater Vest by putting Michael Grayson's arm close, but not close enough.
And right back into the corner here, and here comes Ahmed. A well-oiled machine here as a trio. Maybe the slight advantage, these men are always together. As opposed to the other side, Team Sweater Vest, who are friends, but aren't always competing together.
Exactly. Michael Grayson, definitely one of the most effective tag team performers in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, but not his usual tag partner tonight.
Look out.
Chili Brown, history of tag team wrestling as well, but, you know, as KPK are showing, trios action, totally different ball game.
Speaking of ball game, splitting the post there.
The old 7-10 split.
And now using that second rope, using every bit of the 5 count. Again, dangerously close.
But that's the type of experience you get working with Vikram Prasher. You know exactly what 4.9999 feels like.
You do that with their eyes closed. And Abu now.
Michael
going over
Grayson.
and taunting. It's snow angels are being made in the center of the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Looks like almost even spat at Brian White there.
Confidence is high in KPK. One might argue too high. We'll see how this match unfolds.
Disrespect with the smacks and the choking out on the ropes, and Haroon is in. Look out.
Haroon getting a lot of rope
hung
for
up
his
on
troubles.
the second rope. This could be an opening for Michael Grayson.
Another split of a different kind for Haroon.
Quick tag though, and Ahmed is in. You gotta respect the tag game of
KPK. Oh my goodness. A precarious position, but here we go. Abu directly in.
And taking out the corner before he even goes back to the legal man of Michael Grayson, who badly needs a tag right now.
Now Grayson, oh!
Look out! And there's the tag.
KPK falling like dominoes. Michael Grayson finally
Chili Brown.
Chili Brown in.
Chili Brown, another one. Can we go for the triple?
Triple atomic drop from Brown. KPK feeling the effects of both those headbutts and atomic drops.
And Chili Brown now, as each man landed in a corner. Why not run the bases once more?
Exactly. Different type of ball game than we were speaking of earlier. Now Brown.
Huge club. Chili Brown getting him up.
Setting Abu up, looking to just suplex
Perfectly
him.
Executed. And the nip up.
No wasted movement from Chili Brown. Just a fluid offensive machine. Now what's Brown going for here?
No, blocked by Abu.
Abu hooking
like
the
a
legs.
pedigree position almost here. Ducking now at the speed of Chili Brown. really helping here, able to duck those shots. Oh, and that time he hit it. 1, 2,
but
no!
KPK right there to break up the pin. Again, just effective trios action from KPK.
Absolutely.
But here comes Michael Grayson getting his win back.
Oh, Haroon, though.
Haroon giving Grayson a...
Look out now with the audible one. Right back in, swinging neck breaker.
Action too quick to call here.
Spinning Ahmed around, only to catch a huge clothesline.
Taking White's head clean off, but here comes Chili Brown.
One of the prettiest drop kicks in the game, but snatched right up by Abu afterwards.
A drop kick so pretty, you might say it's from the Hawley family.
Look out, slips out of that one. And reversed as well. I mean, this is just a clinic back and forth.
Chili Brown just offense after offense, just fluid motion again.
And he caught the huge super kick.
Abu laying in wait with that huge kick. Looking to take him, slam him down.
1, 2.
But now Team Sweater Vest able to break up that huge Uranagi from Abu. But KPK
Thrown
laying
to
in
the
wait.
outside.
Things have broken down here.
I believe we still have Abu and Chili Brown as the legal men in here. And
I believe you're correct, but everybody just fighting all over the job site brewing company.
Look at these two men just almost knowing each other too well, able to duck and reverse after reversal.
Chili Brown almost too much momentum there.
Hangs onto the ropes though.
But Brown
Abu
going
rolls
up.
Through. Up and over.
Chili Brown laying in wait. Huge clothesline, taking him out.
This has got to be it. 1, 2, 3.
Michael Grayson and Brian White able to keep the other members of KPK on the outside, and Chili Brown picking up the victory after that huge clothesline.
Absolutely huge win. Chili Brown with an offensive flurry to finish things off.
Team Sweater Vest coming together and getting that huge victory over KPK, sending a message to our Hammerlock Pure Wrestling champion Vikram Prasher in the process.
I don't know about you, but after seeing that chess game, Chili Brown and Abu might be something for the future of Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Absolutely. It's not hard to imagine those two maybe going against each other for the Pure Wrestling Championship at some point in the future.
Michael Grayson's showing some love to the camera.
Michael Grayson definitely earned his paycheck tonight for the amount of time spent in that match.
And now, you know, the worst part for KPK is they have to go face the Punjabi prodigy, Vikram Prasher.
Exactly. If you're Vikram Prasher, what's going through your head right now? Seething in the back. KPK might have some payroll difficulties after tonight. But still finding time to let the Job Site Brewing Company know what they feel or how they feel of them at the bottom of our screen.
Absolutely. Have not made their way back to the locker room yet as they're arguing with each and every fan on the way back there.
Exactly, but front and center, Team Sweater Vest showing their appreciation to our fans in Stratford.
Michael Grayson's found a snack on the way out. What do we have? Fried popcorn? Is that what we're celebrating with? It looks like it.
Seems like popcorn. The honorable one having a nice bite. Good old victory lap around the Job Site Brewing Company.
It's a never-ending song. You can take me all night long. I better lose myself. Don't have much more to tell. I'm hanging by her words. From the outside world, it's a never-ending song. You can take me all night long. I feel a fever coming on. You know Oh, she's a stripper to my dreams. Make believe is all I see. The rhythm takes me on. Like an old fan I've known so long. Better lose my.
Well, main event time here at the Job Site Brewing Company here in Stratford. Women's Championship will be on the line, and as we know, we've had a very dominant champion here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. If you do remember, though, Vanna Black and Miley once had an all-out brawl all over the Job Site Brewing Company in the past here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Absolutely. These two women have mounds and mounds of history against one another inside of these walls. A fight that went all over the Job Site Brewing Company, a rematch that brought both of these women to their limit, and now here we go. Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship on the line once more.
I hope the fans know no one is safe, even you, young man. Enjoy that pizza. Look out. I wouldn't put it past Vanna Black to get in your face like that.
Absolutely not. Vanna Black coming to the ring with nothing but confidence. If there is somebody that can take the championship off of our dominant champion, Miley, it is definitely Black here tonight.
Here we go, full of energy as always, and that energy seemingly lasts forever. That's why she is our Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion, first ever, and she's held on to it ever since picking up that title.
Exactly, almost a dozen defenses to her name. Here comes Miley.
Miley with a little swagger repping the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. I'm not sure if that's good or bad luck, but we'll see, though.
That's true. Could make a joke about the Leafs championship wins and how that doesn't coincide with Miley's, but...
Miley, one more championship than the Toronto Maple Leafs in the last 60 years.
It hurts. Genuinely hurts.
Up to the corner and showing off that beautiful Hammerlock Women's Championship. Looking to defend it one more time, as she's done so many times here in Hammerlock. As you mentioned, though, if there's one woman in the women's division that feels like she's been on the cusp ever since that tournament to crown the first champion, it's got to be Vanna Black.
Absolutely. Vanna Black has had Miley's number in the past. And just so much history between these two at the Job Site Brewing Company. You know, anything can happen tonight. But
a little Hollywood Hogan with the championship there for a moment.
Exactly. You know, now that you mention it, Miley's demeanor coming out has been a little different.
It's true. There's almost a little swagger. Maybe, you know, you don't want to make that mistake as a champion. Yes, she has been dominant, but...
Exactly. Or just defense after defense after defense from Miley. Maybe that confidence is starting to pour over.
Getting everybody fired up here at the Job Site Brewing Company. One of the absolutely...
here's something you don't see often. Vanna
look out,
Black.
yeah. What is going on here?
Getting cheers from our crowd. And a very mixed reaction for Miley. A different dynamic than we've seen normally when it comes to our Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion.
I mean, that's the fun of being a wrestling fan, right? You go and
you can
cheer who you want to cheer, boo who you want to boo, get loud, have fun. That's what it's all about. Join us at Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Beautiful plug. Hats off for that one.
And shout out once again to Stratford for Job Site Brewing Company. As I mentioned, one of the hot spots here for Hammerlock. We love coming here and so many fans love to support us and come out, and hey, who knows what's going to happen. This action could spill out into the crowd at any point.
Exactly. The history has shown that is exactly what can happen between these two.
Vanna Black, oh, the overhands. Look out, had to watch the closed fist there.
Black showing she is here to mean business.
Drop toe hold fell on her face there, but a little bit of a reversal. Miley ducks that, ducks once again, and a huge shoulder block there.
Head of steam knocking Vanna Black out to the floor.
Vanna, probably a great idea to go catch her breath for a moment.
Absolutely.
Miley not going to let her, though, possibly. She's made her way to the outside, too. As we mentioned, could spill out into the Jobsite Brewing Company at any point, and here we are outside the ring already.
Miley meeting Black outside, giving her some chops for her effort, but Black with a huge kick, knocking Miley into that bottom rope.
Straight shot. Stopped Miley in her tracks there for a moment. Reversal, though, and able to take the face off of the ring apron there.
You can see emotions already spilling over between these two. Not the type of offense you usually see from Miley.
Now Miley, look out, a young fan now getting involved, whether he wanted to or not.
Black having a seat, but probably not in a place she wanted to be, with a chop from Miley on the other end.
And now rolled back into the ring, as Miley knows if she wants to defend this championship, it does have to happen within the ropes.
But do keep in mind, championship advantage, if there is a...
the 519 as we've deemed it.
Exactly, the 519. As I was mentioning, if there is a disqualification or countout, Miley does retain that title, championship's advantage. But that's not the type of win we normally see from Miley. Can't imagine that happening tonight.
She has been a stand-up champion. Oh, Vanna Black now.
Black with Miley up on her shoulders. What's she going for here?
Drops the face off the turnbuckle. Off the ropes, huge clothesline now. And the strikes and the kicks and everything has just been, like you said, she means business tonight. Vanna Black wants that championship around her waist.
Exactly. Black taking a moment just to dissect what she's going to do next, how she's going to mutilate Miley.
Knees on the back of the neck there. As Miley, you can see,
just gasping for air. Black using those ropes effectively.
And again, just hammering her with the kicks to the midsection.
And again, going to that, making the referee go for a 5 count. And Black using all of that 5 to her advantage.
Working on the throat and the neck here. Now, huge snap suplex. Center of the ring.
Taking Miley down.
Look out. Coming from behind. Now the front. Drops the elbow across the neck once again. 2 count.
Black throwing all of her weight behind that drop elbow. If you're Miley, can't imagine this is how you imagine this match going.
Absolutely. She's been dominant in the past, but you know, sometimes
Black
in the past matches we've seen Vanna Black get the best of her. Look out.
Was about to say Black came into this match with a game plan. Can't imagine that was part of that game plan. Now Miley with a full head of steam of her own, a drop cross body.
2 counts. Looking to take that championship home. The only woman that has held the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship is Miley. She won that to become the champion in our tournament and has not let it go.
Exactly. Bit of a homecoming with that tournament happening inside the Jobsite Brewing Company. Miley defending that title all across Ontario.
Thrown to the corner, and Vanna Black checking to see if she does have any fan support here. Hearing mixed reaction is, you know, even one cheer I think is a bit of a
step in the
gain
right
here.
direction.
Yes,
Yeah.
for Vanna Black. Thrown over the top. A little bit of disrespect to the champion.
Black telling Miley how she feels.
2 count, and Miley kicking out once again.
The old suck it senton combination.
A classic.
Now Black telling our referee how to count. I think they have that covered.
Miley grabbing onto that bottom rope to either pull herself up or at least stay out of harm's way for a moment, but
Black laying in wait.
Look out. Oh, Miley ducking out of the way. Saw it coming.
But Black, again, just using those ropes.
Look
to
at
choke
this.
out Miley. Black needs to be careful.
right there.
That is about as illegal as a maneuver as you can get, folks.
The thing is, the damage is done.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
have that 5 count. She used all of it. She's done enough damage here to possibly get her hands on that championship if she can keep this momentum up.
Vanna Black firmly in control. But
Miley was not home. Oh, what was that? Shoulder block spear?
Yeah.
Collision, no matter what you want to call it, and down goes Vanna Black.
A high shoulder block, high spear cutting Vanna Black in half. Both women down. Pivotal moment in this match.
That took a lot out of Miley. I mean, Vanna Black may be out. This would be a perfect time for a pin, but Miley just gasping for air, trying to get back up to her feet as well.
Haven't seen Black
She's
move
stirring
until now.
May have been out there for a few moments. That impact to the chest and the head, everything, just knocking the air right out of you.
This might be the moments that Miley needed to get back in this match, but Black
Fired up now.
Right on the offensive once again.
Back to, and Miley. Oh, that straight forearm shot to the jaw.
Now Black almost has an answer for everything Miley's thrown at her so far, except that.
Look out, waiting for her to pop back up, and shots to the face. Huge shot, almost like a heart punch there this time from Miley. Our champion wants to finish it up and walk home with that championship once again.
We've seen a lot of reversals in this matchup. Both women know each other so well, able to almost sense exactly what's coming from the other. Now
monkey
Miley
flip
going
in the
with a
corner.
monkey flip. Vanna Black.
Almost completely rotated over.
I was about to say it looked like Black landed on her feet, but I don't think that was by choice.
And Miley straight into the corner looking for another one. Spun right around and a smack right to the ear. May have busted the eardrum.
Black able to see that one coming. Now setting Miley up in a precarious position. What's Vanna Black gonna do?
Look out, she wants that championship. Miley way up high.
Only
hanging onto that rope, luckily. And she shoves Vanna Black right back to the mat.
Now what's Miley thinking here?
Unforgiving right back up there. The determination.
Like a pit bull is Vanna Black, but Miley able to reverse it into a snap suplex.
1, 2. 2 count.
Only 2. Fast-paced action, hammerlock, pure wrestling. Women's championship on the line. Both women giving it their all.
Unbelievable. Vanna Black just would not give in, but Miley had an answer for it. That's why she is our champion.
Now
She's going for it.
Miley thinking the smile spiral there.
Blocked, though. Vanna Black has seen that before. Caught this time, though, and dropped straight to the mat.
My goodness,
1,
Black.
2.
Black able to kick out after being dropped right on her face.
Did you notice the anger almost in the face of Miley there, wanting to put away Vanna Black here?
Emotions are high in this match. Both women need to get this victory. Only one can. Now what's Miley doing here? Maybe finding her inner tribal chief.
Fired up and look out, caught by Vanna Black.
Black with an answer.
Shoves her right back down. Miley rolls through.
Now
Look
what's
out.
Black going for here? Going for
almost
the knee.
punted her.
But again, Black ready with that elbow.
Ducked underneath, caught and slammed right down face first. Vanna Black.
Black just has an answer to everything. Impressive.
That could be it. 1. Let's do it. 2. No.
Only 2 count. Vanna Black might have the answers, but Miley has the heart. Able to kick out still after that incredible offense.
Did you notice how excited, though, this crowd is in Stratford for that Vanna Black almost victory?
Exactly. The momentum of the crowd might be turning before our eyes.
It's like she's been so close on so many occasions. The Hammerlock Pure Wrestling crowd might want to see it. Miley doesn't want to, though. The smile spiral.
Bringing her down, still has it locked in. What's she going for?
Double! 1, 2, 3.
And just like that, Miley able to find the opening she needs. 2 smile spirals putting our challenger away.
One for good measure. Still the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion, Miley. But what an unbelievable showing. Once again, Vanna Black just so close to getting that championship away from Miley.
Anytime these women go head-to-head, you know you're in for an incredible match, and this match was exactly that. An extremely impressive performance by both of these women.
Are we seeing high fives from Vanna Black to the crowd even here?
You know, you can't discredit Vanna Black.
Still champ, always gonna be champ, says Miley, our Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com. You're watching Rogers TV.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
It's the same kick 10,000 times.
Place all extra patrols that we have on duty, Captain. Keep these groups from gathering at any location in the city.
All right, everybody, how are you doing tonight?
They say you shouldn't be afraid of the person that practices 10,000 different kicks. You should be afraid of the person that does the same kick 10,000 times.
10,000 times. 10,000 times. It's the same kick 10,000 times.
That's my plan of attack.
Art Battle is live competitive painting done in front of a studio audience.
And you have a little bit of fear and a little adrenaline, and it's everything a painter needs to get in there and attack.
Every time I got up there, about 5 minutes before, I kind of wanted to throw up. Just the adrenaline rush of it all.
As far as Secret Weapon, I think it's just relax, chill out, have fun, and drink some wine.
You gotta go out there, you gotta lay it on the line. Every artist is out there to win, and your kung fu's gotta be pretty strong.
Here we go for 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1, let's
We have the artist showcased on a stage in the center of the room. So people can move around freely and everybody gets to see a little bit of the artist process.
You're dancing with the music, you're painting on the canvas, and you're feeling the people around you.
Yeah, it's a battle. I'm about to go to war.
I think you're battling yourself and you're battling time more than you're battling each other, because every artist is so different and so so fun, and the variety is very wide. It's kind of hard to really compare side by side. That's up to the audience.
Normally, you know, you have your panel of expert judges. This is different. This is more what speaks to you as a person, and I don't think you're going to find that in too many places. A lot of artists are just completely inspired by the music and the vibe right then and there. They had no plan. They just walk up on stage and just attack. Others will actually do the same painting over and over until they get within the time frame. You know, that's the beauty of Art Battle, is that it opens up the process from the painter to the viewer.
Because you're in a time constraint, your priorities change. And because you have a live audience, your priorities change. So what you're doing is you're both thinking about composition and you're thinking about impact. You're going to impact the people that are watching you, and you're also trying to cover the canvas within 20 minutes.
A lot of people are amazed. A lot of people are really blown away by the creativity that happens here in front of their eyes. That with so little time of only 20 minutes, that somebody's able to put out that quality.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down!
For the artist that's stuck in a studio, it gives them a chance to get out there, meet people, connect with other artists, which is very important. This is like the perfect opportunity to show your skills and become like a kind of an art rock star or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
It's the electric atmosphere, it's meeting other artists, networking with some amazing people who come to watch. I've met producers, I've met directors of the NAC and things like that. It's a wonderful opportunity to meet everybody.
Art is culture. It feeds the soul, and Ottawa's got a lot of soul to give, and we just need more venues and more opportunities so that these artists are able to reach the audience that they need.
The second time I came, I didn't have a business card. And so I asked my wife, who's really good with the computer, like, you know, what can I do? So she produced a beautiful card for me, and ever since then, I've gotten lots of commissions just from Art Battle. So.
You're going to see people stepping outside of their shell. They're going to lay it on the line. They're going to really try their hardest to share what they do with you, to let you into that process. You're also going to see a room full of happy people, drink in hand, You're going to see always a great DJ or live act keeping you moving all night. And hopefully at the end of the night, you're going to see a lot of people that are inspired and excited about the arts here in the city.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here. You know, if you follow the show, you know that every summer I have my good friend Adam Brock on the show. We went through the whole summer, didn't have an episode with Adam. He told me he had this kind of unique setup in his front lawn, invited me over to see what's going on. I thought, well, it's December. We can squeeze in one more episode. Let's go see what Adam's up to. So join me.